What's up, everybody? It is Colin, but I'm hosting for the guy sitting right next to me. It's Jose. We're on Jose's channel, El Tell Cocktail. But Jose, how are you, buddy? Good? You're eating, so I'll come to you second. Or first? Are you ready? He's got croissant going. But hey, Josh, how are you doing, my man? Mr.
Look,
Sharabi himself.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Looking forward to the show. So big up to everyone in the comments and big up to everyone who's joining us.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll let Jose finish his delectable treat, but it looks like he's got something good. We've got some real legends in the house already. Adrian Stroka has dropped by to give us the old good afternoon, Jose, Colin, and everyone else. I think that's what et al. Basically means. It's Latin for, and the rest of you guys. We've also got Jess from JSY Talks Football Fan Channel saying, smash the likes up. Absolutely. Absolutely do that. We got Dan E in the house saying, big up Daniel, my man. And Chris Meta Football TV. Look at him. He's saying, evening, good people. Thanks for being here. Big up Josh and Senor Croissant. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. It's going to be a fun show today, guys. It's going to be a fun show. I wanted to say, welcome in, homies. Hope you guys are kicking today's blank. Hope you're really kicking it. Hope you're having a good one. Josh, how's your day been, man?
Been good, been good. Yeah, sun's out where I am, and yeah, we're just chilling, loving it.
Beautiful, man. Can't beat that. And Jose, I know that you've been working okay today.
Yeah, it's been all right. It's the middle of the week now, so past the middle of the week. I didn't think I'd be on today, but I've managed to get on. I was going to be back tomorrow, so yeah, it's an impromptu appearance. I've been listening today. I've quite been listening, and I've been watching stuff from yesterday, and I can't believe the amount of crap there is out there. But yeah, I'm here to right wrongs.
Let's do it. Let's right all the wrongs. When you say crap, do you mean crap from here, from us, from
everybody? I just can't believe it's if buts and monkey nuts for everyone, isn't it? If listen, anything can happen in football. Anything can happen in life. You know, it's all ifs, buts, maybes, and all sorts. And I'm just hearing so much dross. It's just beyond belief. I mean, okay, well, we're not monetized. You can swear as much as you want, lads. I can't fucking believe what I'm hearing.
People are maybe a bit I don't want to say reactionary, but scared. People are scared of what's going on. I feel like at the club. And
what are you scared of?
I'm not scared, but I feel like there's fear around about the Destiny injury. I feel like people think that we're absolutely just like up a creek without a paddle because of that one. And yeah, that's really it. And then, just the fact that Ange doesn't have a plan B, everybody says. Those are the main two things I remember people being stressed out about yesterday.
I watched you last night on Spurs Kings, right? Well done, by the way, for being on there.
Thank you.
I thought that you was like a sheep. They were ringing you in, mate, and you were following everything that they were saying. I was like, hold on.
Oh, no.
You got a mind of your own here, or what, son?
I do, yeah. Absolutely. I didn't want it to come off like that. I'm going to have to rewatch.
All if, buts, and maybes. Listen, it's one game of football. It's the North London derby. Form goes out of the window. It's not just Tottenham, Arsenal. Any to Everton, Liverpool tonight, form goes out the window. Manchester United, Manchester City, form goes out the window. It doesn't matter who you are. You're playing in a derby, your form goes out the window. Simple as. Do you know what I mean? It's a one-off game. You know, what if Saka does this and what if Saka does that? What if Saka doesn't do this and what if
Saka plays his third good match of the season? I should have asked that because, you know what I mean? That he's not exactly been setting the world on fire this season. But yeah, no, I get you 100%. I got to catch up with a couple comments or I'm going to get way behind. Wayne Bonner is here saying, afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well and ready to bathe in the tears of the Arsenal fans. That's probably winning the best comment of the day award. I'm going to star that one. Jamie Wooten is in the house saying, all right, lads, I'm in Manchester with Blades fans in a pub. Sounds wild. You told us you were going to do this yesterday.
Man U versus Sheffield United tonight, so Jamie's at the game.
Man, that's going to be amazing. Have a great time, man. Be safe.
Big up to all your Blades in Manchester, Jamie.
Come on. Get a scalp today. We would all love it. And then we got Talking Beer in the house. Nick is here. What's up, Nick? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. It's been a minute since I've seen Nick on this particular time slot. So nice to see you, Nick. We got Els. Hello, call. I sent you a message. My message was delayed as I double booked. Sorry. So I'll join you when I get home. All good, Els. We appreciate you. Everyone saying hey to everybody else. You love it. You love to see it. Audio Artisan is in the house. Afternoon chaps in chat. Afternoon right back at you. I got a well done from Chris. I think that was for being on Spurs Kings yesterday.
And Chris was on it as well, weren't he? So well done, Chris, as well, mate, for getting on it.
Yeah, he did. He jumped in. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. Then we got Daniel E saying, okay, so we're jumping straight into it, guys, which is great. This is where I want to be. It says, so what, Jose, mate? Our last performance was a disgrace. Now we're playing a better team without two of our better players. I can see why fans are a bit worried, mate.
Who's two of our better players?
Do what now?
Who's two of our better players, Danny? Come on, mate. Let's have this out. Who's the two of our better players? I'm in the mood today, so tell me who our two better players are.
I love it. I love it.
Because if you're going to say a doggy's one of our better players, then please tell me how he's performed in the last 5 or 6 games. If he's one of them, tell me about his performances in the last 5 or 6 games.
I think he's talking about the replacement for Udogie, though. I think the replacement for Udogie, depending on who you put in there, it's going to be a massive drop. Even if you play Van der Ven at the left back position, it's still going to be very, very bizarre because some fans think that Van der Ven won't be able to do a job there. Some fans think that Dragusin won't be able to do a job there, and some fans think that Davis won't be able to do a job there. I think the point of why everyone's a bit nervous in regards to the left back is because the drop off from that left back quality is so much, and we haven't really seen someone else playing that left back position as often as Udogie has been playing this whole season. So it's a massive, massive drop.
Yeah, but Josh, he says two of our better players. So I want to know who the second one is. I'm
presumably.
I'm presuming the doggy's one. So,
yeah,
so Josh, I'm going to ask you. I'll ask you then, Josh. Right.
Yeah.
So, how's the doggy done in the last 5 or 6 games, Josh?
Oh no, 100%. He has not been on top of it, 100%. But it's the fact that we haven't even tried playing a different left back. And okay, sure, it could happen that, probably will happen that we'll have to play either Davis, Dragusin, or Van der Ven there, and it might work out. But there's a very, very high chance that it won't work out because you got to play inverted. You got to remember that. Dragusin, for me, can't really play inverted left back. Van der Ven, definitely, we can't let him play as inverted. So for me, Ben Davis is the only one who can actually replace Udogie, and the quality there drops off massively. I know Ben Davis, when he came in last season, he done a quality job, but it's still.
If we play Ben Davis, then the tactics are going to change, and he'll sit back some.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, right, I'm going to throw a different scenario out, and I'm going to repeat the scenario I said already. That for me, you're bringing Ben Davis in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Forget Ben Davis. Play in our back four that we normally play. The ball's up the pitch in transition. The ball gets turned over. How many players have we got at the back?
We're supposed to have 3.
We've only got 2. We only ever got 2, and we've got no midfield because we don't have a holding 6. Right. So that's when people turn around and say, "But we've only got 2 at the back all the time. We've only ever got 2 at the back all the time." I hear people screaming this out and saying this. Right. The thing with Ben Davis is Ben Davis offers you something defensively more than attack. Udogie offers you something more offensively than defensively. So basically, you got the opposite in these 2 players. So when we lose the ball in transition, we're likely to have 3 at the back with Davis rather than have 2, right? Yeah. Because it will offer us more defensively. Now, I don't think it's no bad thing not having inverted both sides, because the inversion on both sides, for me, has meant that Maddison hasn't found space. Mm-hmm. So if you only have one person inverting, at least Maddison's got a chance of finding some space as well. So it could work in our favour.
Yeah.
It could actually work in our favour.
100% agree. Have you guys heard of this?
Let me bring her in. Are you ready to come in?
Ellie, you ready? Yeah.
She's smiling away, so let's just bring her in.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
go on, Josh. Sorry,
my
Josh. on.
massage was delayed, so I'll let Josh go. Go on.
No, I'm saying, did you guys hear that pathetic rumour of fans wanting Timo Werner to play as left wing back? I was stunned with that rumour. I thought it was absolutely pathetic to have Werner as a left wing back. I've never
It
heard
has
of
shades of playing Sonny at left wing back. Who was it that did that? That was a couple of seasons ago. But
I
yeah,
thought it's crazy to play. It's criminal to play Werner as a left wing back.
I mean,
Honestly.
he has the speed to get up and down the pitch, but
Sure, but
and maybe
defense.
none. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not the most. I don't know how many tackles I've seen him put in since he's been here, but no, I think that's a terrible idea. Worse than any of the ones that we've put out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna guess Jose, you're not a fan of it either. You don't want Werner at left back.
Well, if Josh is saying, I mean, I don't know, Josh, where this is being said, but if
No, all over.
if anyone's thinking of playing Werner, Kulu, or any one of these players as a wing back, that would mean that we're changing up our system completely, because wing back refers to we're playing 3 at the back then. And if you play 3 at the back, that's where you might be able to fit Dragusin in. But I don't know whether we'd go to playing 5 at the back. Well, 5 at the back, if you want to call it that, because it's a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2 if you play with wing backs. I'm not sure whether. I don't know. It depends. Has someone been to the ground and watched what they've been practicing and training on for the last 2 weeks? Because or are these just rumours of people just making this up?
They're just suggestions for the Udogie replacement. But
Okay.
I think one thing is important to note is that, you know, what you said, by the way, Jose, about form goes out the window. If we actually talk about literally like technical abilities from the players, when Tottenham are, you know, all the players are in the opposition's box and all that, and in the other half, in the opposition's half, there's very limited teams who can actually stop Tottenham from you know, scoring and all that. There's very limited teams who can actually do that. I think against Arsenal, we're definitely going to, you know, dominate in terms of in their half as well. I still think that's going to happen, but the main problem is going to be those counterattacks. I think I think Arsenal are going to be so dangerous on those counterattacks, and they're going to be like, okay, you know what, if Tottenham want to come up against us, similar to Newcastle, if Tottenham want the ball, we'll let them have the ball, and bang, we're going to go attack them. And look, that for me is what title challenging teams, as they're classed now, have, and what they need to be doing. Because you look at the likes of Real Madrid, they humbled themselves and they were like, you know what, we're going to sit back and you know, allow City to attack. Now that's the same thing with Arsenal. I think they're going to be doing. They're going to let Tottenham attack, but as soon as they got the ball, they're going to be on it, and it's going to be Saka up there, Martinelli up there, Odegaard, Kai Havertz on great form. So on those counter-attacks, we're gonna need some good pace in that defence.
Yeah, but the thing I will say, right, is I got loads of Arsenal mates for my sins, and I remember coming on after we played the North London derby earlier on the season. I remember coming on to one of our shows straight away. Colin, you'll remember me saying these words. I've had my mates call me up and say they don't want this Tottenham ever turning up again, because Tottenham. Remember before the game, everyone was saying, "How do you won't play Ange Ball?
You can't come here and play Ange Ball.
You can't come in and play Ange Ball. You'll come to our ground and we're going to destroy you. You're going to get destroyed 5 or 6-0." Do you remember the whole of the YouTube sphere was saying Tottenham were going to go and get battered at Arsenal? So exactly what you just said, Josh, is exactly right. But the Gooners told me at the time, when they've come back from the match, their words, they've called me up and they said it to me. They said, "We don't want this Tottenham. Can you give us an old Tottenham? Don't give us this Tottenham again."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ellie, what say you? Sorry, you've just come in. You look very, very queenish. Very queenish.
much,
Look at you.
Yes, absolutely. Royalty with the fur.
I try my best. What? Yeah,
I heard your message the other day when you spoke like that. In the message you left on WhatsApp the other day when you spoke like that, you were saying something. It's like a poem or something, and you were speaking in the Queen's English.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do a bit more of that on here to educate some people how to speak proper.
Oh no.
I know. Yeah, I was just listening. It's very interesting what everybody's saying. I'm taking it all in, right? But I don't know if you saw what I wrote in the comments. Right, we're much of the muchness in regards to quality in certain positions. There's only one real position that I think we've got a weakness, a dramatic drop, and that's at left back with Udogie and Davies if he comes in, or if they play Emerson on the left, because that is a big difference because of the pace of Udogie and the pressing. But like Jose said, he hasn't been on his game for 5 or 6 matches. He's dropped his level. So if Davies gives his all, or if Emerson gives his all, we can still get out unscathed on this North London derby, because I really do believe that we've got a very good chance of winning. And we've got a very good track record. We only lost last year. I think that was the first time they've beaten us at home for yonks. Yeah, so it's a different team. It's a different game, right? You've got to look at it on its merits, right? So Arsenal are a very good team, no doubt. They pass the ball well. They work you along the line with Saka and Odegaard, moving the ball very quickly and very efficiently. And then they've got Martinelli. So they got their minerals, haven't they, to hurt us. But we too have players. If they step up and perform like they should do, we should be in with a shout, especially at home with our crowd behind us as the 12th man. I don't fear anybody, right? But we've had really bad results in certain transitions in the season. So we just got to calm down, everybody. It's not just another game, because it is a London derby. They're from South London. We're from North London. So bugger off back to South London.
Get it right, everybody. Exactly.
The Queen has spoken. What?
Uh-oh, is Ellie frozen, or am I frozen?
No,
Ellie
He comes
Ellie
off
was.
to answer the phone call to my husband. All right.
Okay.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds great.
He wants me because he likes the Queen,
Well, yeah. Hey, this is a kid's show.
Take
No, I'm
care.
just kidding.
I'll come back straight away.
See you soon, Els. And then there were 3. But yep, good old Ellie. By the way, that ice lolly that you've got looks delicious,
looks
Jose.
so good.
It was
What
a
flavor?
watermelon one.
Oh man, did it have like bits of watermelon in it, or is it just a?
No, watermelon flavour. Didn't have bits
We
in
have
it,
those.
come on.
We have those here with the little bits. Anyway, back to Spurs. Back to life. Real quick, I just want to go through some more comments because we are missing some. Tekken is in the house saying, "Hey guys, yes, form goes out the window." Jose, can you ever remember this actual scenario where we have had a 14-day break? Para vamos el tel.
Absolutely pathetic that we have 14 days break.
I kind of hate it.
Do you know what? It actually
Fair.
came at the right time, though, Josh, mate, because we've been. Forget about the results.
Yeah.
Results aside, we haven't been at our best the last few games, and I think it was time to gather the chaps in and get them all in together and sort it out. Basically, just sort it out, sort whatever's going on, sort it out. Bring our levels, because we don't know because we don't carry them contraptions on our backs. We don't know how many of our players are in the red zones, how many of players are carrying niggles. And these 2 weeks just gives us a chance to fucking reset, man.
Well, so we know James Madison's carrying a niggle because that guy hasn't played like himself for months.
It doesn't make sense to me that the FA can allow Tottenham to have a 2-week break when they play Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and all them lot in the space of a week. It makes no sense to me. Plus, I understand your point, by the way, Jose, to gather the troops and all that, but I don't know if you guys remember, but earlier in the season, we had 2 breaks like this. We had a break before Crystal Palace, I think it was similar to this. And we had a break, I think it was to Fulham. And both games, I'm pretty sure we lost.
I think you're 100% right.
Lost, and Crystal Palace, we played horrendously, I'm pretty sure.
We've beaten Palace home and away both times.
Okay, so it wasn't Palace, it was a different game. Fulham we 100% lost to. But there was 2 breaks that we had, and we lost both games on the back. And look, I don't know. I still feel like this break is horrible also from a football point of view.
But it is, I know it is, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, because of the teams around us that we're meant to be playing, the fixture list was started at the start of the season. How people do throughout that season is neither here nor there. We don't know how people are going to do, and it just so happens that some teams did well enough that, in a sense, they did well enough whereby Man City reached whatever they reached, so that game's been rescheduled. Chelsea reached what they reached, and then that game's been rescheduled. And it just so happens that your Arsenal got 4 games left, and we got 6. But for us, for us, it will be like 6 cup finals. But for Arsenal, equally, it will be like 4 cup finals what they've got left. And the teams that are still fighting for something, it's going to be cup finals all the way through for them. Even the teams that are further down the league, it's going to be cup finals for them as well. So there's no easy game in the Premiership. But the saving grace for me for this weekend is we're at home. We'd be having a different conversation if we were away from home to Arsenal. But we're not. We're at home. And the people that become important for me are the people like Ellie and the rest of the crowd who become the 12th man on Sunday. They're the people that are going to be important for me this weekend.
Mr. Adrian Stroko will hopefully. Adrian will be there, no doubt. So yeah, we'll need him to.
Kate,
Adrian's going because I've already spoken with him.
Kate, Jimbo, Leo, Phil.
Leo will be there. You know, Leo's going to be singing his heart out because it's his first. I think it's his first match.
Yeah, it's his first. Yeah, it's his first.
Yeah, man, he's going to be going nuts.
He's representing America.
Yeah, he is. I'm telling him to get everybody ready because I'll be there the week after.
Our American boy. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I love Leo. He's lovely.
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody. What's not to love? Wayne Bonner though points out that Davies is more defensive minded, which we said should help tighten up the back 4 and free up space for Matters in the front 3.
Who said that?
I don't know.
It
was just Wayne. It was just Wayne.
Okay, it must have been just Wayne. I
thought
I might have heard that somewhere.
Why you've got a Wimbledon scarf in the background?
Yeah, I kind of have a little soft spot for him.
Okay.
Yeah, just I like.
Crazy gang.
Yeah, I have friends who are supporters, and then so they kind of got me in. And then when I went to London one time and I went to a match, I went and saw them play. I just really like their team, their fans, their history, and they're never going to make it to the Premier League, so it's not like I have any real conflict of interest. So yeah, I know I've been asked about that a lot. I probably just need to take it down, but I kind of like it, so I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, who cares? It's just AFC Wimbledon.
Okay.
Fan owned team. I mean, that's cool stuff, right? That's cool stuff.
Right. Well, can I ask a question? Because I've not heard none of you speak about this, right? Colin, you've been doing shows the last few days. Yesterday you were doing a rumour show, weren't you, or something?
Yeah, there's some of that. There was some.
Today's supposedly it's a rumour show as well, right? Yeah. So has anyone actually bloody talked, right? So there's 2 things I want to find out. So I set the scene, right? The scene is, I said a few weeks ago, every day we're going to be linked with 3 to 4 players every day from now till the beginning of the transfer.
Which ones are you talking about? Because I've got about 3 in mind right now.
So there's going to be 300 to 400 players that we'll be linked with 100 days to go till the window opened up. So I said it's 300 to 400 players. So we're going to be linked with everyone in the world. There's also reports coming out that we've put firm concrete offers in for people that you have to Google. Because I didn't know.
Yeah, the dude from Brisbane Roar.
Definitely.
Right. So you had all that that's been put in there as well. However, the most interesting article I've read this week, and I wanted to believe it so badly, is the one that's come out from Fabrizio Romano to say that Tottenham have a pot of 200 to 250 million, and that they are prepared to back Postecoglou. Now, that's the one that interests me, and that's the one, but I've not heard people talking about it. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on. That is definitely...
Honestly, Ellie's right. Ellie's right. I'm worried I'm just going to get my heart broken.
So where
How
I'm
many
going
times has Levy said that he's got 200 mil to spend in the transfer window? Never has done that.
Spend it on the hotel instead.
Exactly.
Where I'm coming to is I heard Colin the other day talking about, I think you talked about Anthony Martial and people like that, right? Or the freebie market, right? And I was thinking to myself, why are we talking about the freebie market, right? So if we've got money, are you taking Anthony Martial on a freebie, or are you spending £70 million on Jimenez or Vlahovic?
Or Kvaratskhelia or whatever his name is.
No, but that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to people concentrating on the free market, right?
Well, that's just something I've seen us.
That's another rumor. That's another rumor, Martial. The only rumors that I believe anywhere near on a free, right? Anywhere near on a free, the only rumors that I believe are on the 2 defenders, Tosin and Lloyd Kelly. They're the only 2 frees I think we'd go anywhere near. Other than that, I don't think we're going for freebies.
I think when you're talking about freebies, I think with Daniel Levy, a lot of the fans think that these freebies is, for example, they're going to fit the system. Ignore the names, they're going to fit the system and all that. I said, you know what? Okay, 17.3 mil for Timo Werner. I wasn't the happiest, but I said, you know what? I'm going to allow it. One player that I'll chuck out, the name goes out the head. If he fits the system, I'll take him. But to now be linked with the likes of Anthony Martial, I think it's just disrespectful to Tottenham fans. I'm like, really? Are you serious? Another thing is that Lloyd Kelly and Tosin, it's becoming like dead wood. It's becoming like the same transfer every single season. Or every single transfer window. Now, I'm not saying that Tosin won't be a good signing. I'm not saying Lloyd Kelly won't be a good signing, but that for me is not a signing that will edge us more to top 4. That's just a signing to be like, you know what? All right, we need another centre back. It's the last 24 hours of the transfer window. Let's go get Lloyd Kelly. It's not like a Rafael Leao that's a big statement that bang, Tottenham Hotspur now top 4 guaranteed. That's not like that, and that's the biggest problem with Tottenham Hotspur. Dele Alli said it in MNF the other week. Tottenham aren't making those signings that are like when they're the highest peak in the year when they lost the league to Leicester. They should have signed one class player, like absolute top level. Right now, we need to be doing that because we're seeing teams like Aston Villa, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Newcastle now, they're all progressing crazy. Tottenham Hotspur now need to make those signings in order to progress to top 4. But I don't know. I think those free transfers are doing my head in a bit. I'll be honest.
So real quick though, Fabrizio Romano.
Tosin and Lloyd Kelly, with them 2, you watch how many teams, and I'm including top 4 teams here, and I'm including 2 top teams from Europe as well, how many will be in for Tosin and Lloyd Kelly? Out of all the freebies that you can toss out there, them 2, for me, are going to be well sought after players. All the others, your Martials and all these other people that we hear about the free. Listen,
I don't want Martial. Let me just point out that I don't want
one man. A team and a tractor will go for that type of player. But for Tosin and Lloyd Kelly, you'd be surprised. There'll be so many top clubs after them 2 players.
So let me just hear this. So Arsenal will basically get, let's say, Ollie Watkins or Isak or Ivan Toney.
They're not on a free though. I'm talking freebies.
I know. But still, these are still transfers that I'm expecting Tottenham to make though. So Arsenal are going to go for the likes of Isak, Watkins, and Ivan Toney, and Tottenham are going to go for who? Like we need to also match those levels. We have to. If we got 200 mil in the bank, there should be no reason why we can't go for a, let's say, 85 to 90 mil Alexander Isak.
Exactly. Snap up Isak right away.
Exactly, there shouldn't be a reason, and get it on day one. Don't wait at the end of the transfer window, and then have to fit someone in, and then act as if that was our whole. That's not how it works.
This is the way of the Tottenham. That's what they say.
Literally, the easiest way to explain it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is an easy way to explain it, but supposedly this has been something we've been building up to for years. Supposedly the new stadium was to get us to spending power. I've heard Levy say in multiple interviews that he doesn't want to spend tons and tons of money on player transfers because he had this idea that the player transfers, the market was going to crash, the bottom would fall out, and you know what I mean? We'd see the prices drop for these players. I think that we're going to see that happen. I don't know. I just don't think it's wild. I mean, it is, and I'm a fool for believing it, I guess. But this might be the time. If there was ever a time to capitalize on it, we have a leg up on a whole bunch of our opponents in the league with FFP. With regards to FFP, we've supposedly got this money. We've got a manager that will. It doesn't. He's not a project manager.
Colin, I think the easiest thing to do, right? Sorry, Colin. The easiest thing to do, right, is one word answer. Are we going to do anything, yes or no, in the summer?
Yes.
Josh?
100%.
Ellie?
Iffy.
No, it's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, so you've got 2 yeses and a no. All right, that's what I wanted to know.
I don't think we're going to do what people are expecting. we'll always fall short because Levy is in charge of that purse string, and he's got a track record of 24 years. So what makes you think he's going to change now?
Right, I understand your argument about 24 years, but my thinking about this year is he's built a team to put the football at arm's length from himself, and he has that team in place now more than ever. He's never had a team of 3 or 4 people to trust the football on and to deal with the football, because Levy's always got involved, isn't he? Every year he's always got involved, but because he's built a team,
Lange, whatever his name, Lange. Then you've got the Australian guy, Munn, he's a commercial director.
Paratici.
Paratici's on the outskirts. He's doing his cooking.
He's involved.
He's doing his cooking. Yeah, I agree.
McDermott,
He'll have a dossier of players, but we'll Levy buy them. That's we always sort of buy one good one and then buy 4 cheap ones who are not going to take us to the level.
But what I'm saying though is that for me, the first time in 24 years, if you like, Ellie, there is a team in place to keep Levy at arm's length. Before, he's always had one person, and that person hasn't really bitten back at Levy all the time. All throughout the years, the people have never stood up to Levy or anything like that. The first person to ever stand up to Levy was Paratici. But it appears that from him, since Paratici's come in, with the others they brought in as well, there's now a team in place where Levy can leave it at arm's length. In my eyes, that is. It's the first time I've seen that he can leave it because he's got other people to do it.
I get your drift, but I'm of old school. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many interferences with the manager. The manager needs to be able to manage, right? And it's his choice what players come in. The statistical men like Lange, who looks at the statistical data. Sorry, that's all very good if Ange is in sync with him. So they have to be on the same page or a similar page. If they're all on different pages, like say Postecoglou says he wants Vlahovic, right? Bastoni. Let me pick out another really good player. Zubimendi and Paulinho.
Right.
And we go and get one of those, and then we get 3 not so good, like we've done in the past. That means that hasn't worked. Yep. So I only want to see the proof of the pudding when we get all these signings in, and I think yes, these players will take us to the next level.
But
what if Ange wants?
Compete for top 4. I want to compete for the title like Ange wants to do.
But what about if Ange gives them 6 players, but they ain't your A-listers, people you've heard of worldwide?
That's fine, as long as Ange likes their profile, right?
No, but it's Ange. If it's Ange is telling them what he wants.
We still need what?
Frozen. Slightly frozen.
Brilliant, isn't it? Look at that picture.
I know. That is a good face. That is a good face. We should.
God, you can clip it. That's superb. She's gone on fire.
I will take a photo of this.
That's a fire one. That's fire, isn't she? She's fire there.
Snipped. All right, snipped. We'll take her out so that she doesn't have. But when she unfreezes,
sorry. Can I counter that? I feel like us as Spurs fans as well. We got to remember. I know it's going to slightly counter what I just said about we have to sign top players, but also when we don't sign our top players, we can't write them off instantly, because I made a mistake at the beginning of the season. Maybe I said this on this show where I was straight off slagging Levy and Ange for not getting David Raya, because for me David Raya was the number 1. But then obviously Vic proved me wrong, and from that I basically learned, and not just Vic, also the likes of Sarr, and I'm hoping Jagerson. In the summer as well. What we do need to get is youngsters who can develop and will develop into players like Udogie is, like Sarr is, like Vic is. Not necessarily have the profile that that wow, they're top class. Just have the right profile for Ange.
And
I-
Longa
I-
and those
yeah.
other guys with their stats will be looking at like the underlying. It won't just be. I mean, anybody and their dad could look at goals and assists and key
Exactly.
passes, but these guys will have statistical figures. They're looking at that, like you and I, and we're not even thinking of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why they wear the cool little chips on their sports bra or whatever they're running around in, and so yeah, I think that's what I'm saying is, Josh, I think that's the position that we're moving ourselves into. I don't see us making huge, expensive transfers, or at least not as often as other teams.
I
And
think
so
Lucas
to counter
Bergvall is
that-
going to be a great transfer. I'll be honest. When he comes to us, he's
Exactly.
going to be amazing. He's
I
going to be
totally agree.
so good.
But we also have to be ready to give him time. If he's not
Yeah.
amazing straight out of the gate, we can't turn on him. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Jose, doesn't that seem like the way that we're moving with the Bergvall signing? Players like Sarr, it does seem like we are going more on.
Yeah, if
And
you're,
I mean,
if
it makes
you're
sense.
listen, Chelsea are doing it, but in their own way. All right. Chelsea have gone out and bought a truckload of youngsters. Right.
Mhm.
It's not worked out for Chelsea. Possibly not worked out at the moment because Graham Potter and Maurizio Pochettino have been shut up on from a great height, and they've been force-fed players that they probably didn't want, or not the profile of player that they wanted. However, these players are worth a lot of money, but they're all young. Now, 3 of the players that they brought in that we're yet to see properly are Fofana from Leicester, who got injured straight away. This is his second season, and he's been injured near enough all the time that he's been at Chelsea. And I think he's the best centre half they've got, just hasn't played because of injury. In midfield, they've got that Lavia, who I didn't rate him at Southampton, but they paid big bucks for Lavia, and he hasn't had a run out at all this season. And then they got the little German forward that they bought, who got injured as well. Really good player. I can't remember his name now, but really good player. And he's been injured as well. But out of the players that they've got that are playing, they're all young. You know, they're all young. They haven't gelled or anything like that. The only advantage that we've got over Chelsea is that the youngsters that we're bringing in have been handpicked by the people that were part of the club at the time that they were bought. So Sarr was bought at a time when there was a different manager and a different setup, but Sarr was bought in, and we can see what Sarr's doing now. Bergvall's been bought at a different point of time under different people and a different manager, and we're going to see what he's about.
Yeah.
You've got a doggy that's coming. You've got Porro's young that's coming. Kulusevski, believe it or not, is young as well. People don't realise that he's really young as well. You've got Johnson's really young as well. So there's a whole crop of players, plus what you've got coming through at your own club. So, you know, if these people can grow together and get their experience together, then you could have a semblance of a really good side going forward. It would never be a good side this year because you got to work here. It's the same as when all them youngsters came through at Man United at one time. They didn't do it straight away. They built their legacy over a number of years. Them players from Manchester United, and you know we're probably doing it, going down that route and doing that, but it's never going to be done this season. Do you see what I mean? It was never going to happen this season. And next year, Bergvall looks magic, right? But Dele Alli was a freak. So when Dele Alli came to us, he was a freak. As soon as Dele Alli played his first game, that was it. Bar an injury, Dele Alli was always in the team, yeah? But then if you look at people like Phil Foden, I look at Cole Palmer, who's the one at Liverpool, youngster Liverpool.
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott and people like that. These people don't get to play week in, week out for the team. They were bedded in over a number of seasons. It took 2 to 3 years of giving them game time before they've actually become like first team players. At the moment, as Tottenham fans, we're expecting Bergvall to come in and be a first team player straight away. And for me, all I'm saying is that Dele Alli was a freak of nature. He ended up being a first teamer the minute he played his first game. If Bergvall comes along and he has the mechanics within his body to be able to be a first teamer from the off and play loads of games, fine. But I'm not sure how many of these players have actually got the mechanics to come in and be a first teamer. But I can see what we're doing, providing that they're the players that Mr. Postecoglou wants. Then, as we said before many a time, I will back Mr. Postecoglou 110% if he tells me that's the player I wanted.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think something else also to add there is, you know, it's enough we're all talking about, you know, the midfield and the defense, you know, transfers we need to make. But I feel like the attackers right now that we've got right now, it's a bit of a mess right now. So I'm going a bit off topic, but it's a bit of a mess right now. You know, Tottenham signed Werner to become versatile because he's versatile as well. Johnson because he's versatile. Son is very versatile. Kulusevski is versatile in a way. Richie's versatile. Why are we not seeing this? Why are we not seeing any versatility? You know, Son can play the left wing. Why are we not playing him in the left wing? I genuinely can't bear seeing him in the striker position. I'd love to see what the comments have got to say about that, because it was a big debate we were having on We Are Tottenham TV the other day, and also on my channel. We were talking about whether or not Son should be played as a striker. And just the way Son acts when he's played as a striker, he doesn't utilize all his best attributes. I mean, I don't know. For me, he's best off the left, 100%. Right now in this team, when we don't have Richie, sure, I play him as a striker because Richie's not there. We don't have anyone to play as a striker as good as Son. But when Richie's back, I think Son is back to his left position. I think he's so much better on the left.
For me, my opinion, I would sell Son this summer. That's my opinion. And I said it and I maintain it. I would sell Son this summer. Son this summer, you can get money from the Saudis for him, and then you can reinvest in your team. I don't care about how many fucking supporters come from South Korea to support Sonny in a match. You know, at the end of the day, it's about my team. It's not about what supporters are coming to the stadium and putting money in the coffers. I want a successful team. And to have a successful
How much
team,
does he go for? He goes
well,
to around
if they're-
55, 60.
how much?
55, not even 60.
These Saudis, okay, these Saudis have got big pockets.
Okay. Saudi's different thing.
Yeah.
Saudis,
Saudis, but it's the Saudis are the ones that are coming in after him. The Saudis are the ones that want Son at the moment, right? And if they're prepared to pay a two stretch for Salah, then Son's definitely going for a one stretch, 100 million for definite. You see what I mean? If they offer me 100 million for
Would he
Son
go?
this
Would he
summer-
go there?
If they offer me 100 million for Son this summer, right, I would sell him and reinvest in players and freshen up our team, right? I think that Son is a great player. Don't get me wrong; he's been a fucking absolute brilliant servant for Tottenham. But it's like when Harry Kane left as well. We stopped being Harry Kane FC when he left, and we had to find a team to play. And I think you lose Sonny as well, you'll find a way. You'll create a different way. You'll find a way. And for me, I don't care how controversial it sounds, I'm selling Sonny. And do you know what? I'm also selling Richie to the Saudis as well. Richie and Sonny can both go, right? Bring in 160 odd million just for them two. Apart from the other dross that we've got to get rid of, if we have got a pot to start off with, then God, that gives us an almighty pot to begin with, doesn't it?
That's true. Gary Ross says for us to expect the unexpected. I don't know
Good
what Gary
afternoon,
knows that
Gary.
we don't
Hope
know.
you're well.
I'm only 15 minutes behind on the comments, so that's not so bad.
Before we carry on,
worries.
catch up with the comments. Catch up with the comments, then we'll carry on. If you're
sounds
you're going on
good.
about the
Sounds
comments.
good. And we've only got Josh for a few more minutes. Just letting everybody know Josh is going to have to run. No worries, my man. Appreciate you jumping
Josh,
in.
do you want to know how you've done this week, mate? I'll tell you how you've done this week so far. There's still 5 games to go, though.
Go on. I'm pretty sure I haven't done too well for the past.
At
couple
the
weeks.
moment, you sit on 7 points for this week.
It's not
Is that
bad,
good or
dude.
bad?
That's not bad.
What's the average?
I don't know, but you're on more than me.
There you go. See,
Wait, sorry. Can you remind me and also the chat here how the scoreboard works again with the win goals and all that?
Right. So let's say, for argument's sake, you right. I'll do one of your scores. Right. You went for Fulham 1, Liverpool 3.
Yeah.
Was that the game? Was that the score in the game?
The score in the game was I don't even know.
Yeah, it was Fulham 1, Liverpool 3.
What was
Nice.
it? I didn't even know.
You've got the absolute correct score, so you get 3 points for that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pick someone, right? So let's say you got that as the correct score. In the game before that, Coventry and Manchester United, you went for 1-1.
Yeah.
right? But
I,
they
I
drew.
forgot about pens though. Yeah, I forgot
Well,
about
they-
pens.
No, but that's fine because they drew
Yeah.
3-3 because it was for 90 minutes. So they drew 3-3. So you still get a point because you predicted a draw and it finished as a draw. So you get
Yeah.
1 point for a prediction, but an absolute correct score gets you 3.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
Yeah,
you
Sick.
end up with 7
Alright.
points. Right, I've just totaled everyone's points up, and the average, right, is 5.75.
Phew, okay, get in there. Smashing
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
There you go, dude. Nice work. Nice work, man.
So I
Not
just thought, yeah, because you said you had to shoot. I just thought to myself, I've not seen
Yes.
you to let you know because you put your predictions in, but yeah, just to let you know that that's what you had got.
Cheers, mate. Well, I appreciate coming on, lads. Very, very
Yeah.
good. It was good.
And you're currently 42nd in the league,
How many?
109.
Phew. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I started way after everyone. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll
you go.
take it.
There you go.
Absolutely,
So that
man.
tells you exactly where you are, my friend.
Well, lads, I very much appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We appreciate you, buddy. Hope you have a
No
good
worries.
rest of your day, my man.
Cheers, geezers. Cheers. All right.
Thank
have
you
a good
very
one,
much,
lads.
sir. Take
Hey,
No
care.
worries.
Later,
Bye-bye.
homie. See ya.
Smash the subscribe button, guys. Come on, lads. Bye-bye.
Yes. Thanks, Josh. And I'm back. I had to run and go grab an energy drink from downstairs. Running out of energy, Jose. Yeah, Graham.
Another energy drink, but I'll tell you what, they're not good for you. So
No, absolutely not. Absolutely terrible. Graham, though, says if we had a budget of 200 mil, buying 200 mil players is pointless. It'll take 6 years to build a squad. Transfers should be the right player for the position, not price.
exactly correct, Amundo. I'm 135 million% behind that comment.
Same. Big same. Yeah, but everyone's kind of agreeing. David says, I don't care how many men he has bought in for player purchases. Levy will always have the final say. If Spurs fans think he won't, then sorry, you are truly deluded. Ouch. But okay. David, hope you're well, my man. He had a comment up a little further that I liked. David, maybe I'll see it again. Hold on. Carl says that Ange has got no one around him that disagrees. Ange has final say, and everyone is going in that direction. I love it. Hope that's the case. Chris Medicine,
I think
XYZ.
he's right. He's right. But what I was referring to, Carl, is the person that never had any opposition in the past seems to be Levy. No one would put it up to Daniel Levy. No one would disagree with Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy seems to have been surrounded by yes. How many hoops do you want me to jump? How many rings do you want me to go through? How
More
many
rings than
dives
are on my shirt.
Yeah, how many dives do you want me to? How many times do you want me to dive into the ocean? And he's had all that around him. That's the way it comes across to me. But I think he's finally got people in now that would, and I think it started with Paratici, that would actually challenge and go back to him and stuff like that. But I think that's continued with the other people that they've brought in that sit in the back at the moment. So I'm hoping that bears fruit for us. It's borne fruit for me in already, because the squad that we have now compared to the squad that we had last season is night and day, and I've got no doubts that the squad we'll have next season will be night and day compared to the squad that we had start this season.
Fully agree. You and I have been saying for a while.
Graham's shooting off, so Graham's got to duck out. But thanks, Graham. Take care, mate. Says sorry.
Hey, we've enjoyed having you, man.
Oh, he says sorry, ducking in and out. Sorry, I've read that wrong. I thought he was ducking out.
Nice, good. We still got him. We still got Graham. Good deal. Let me get through some of these. Chris is saying Angela's XYZ.
Yeah, sorry, you'll get to Phil Coy's in a minute. Carry on.
Yeah, and Gru gets HJK. I'll be pissed off big time if they don't fit his necessities. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Everyone's saying we're all allowed our own thoughts. So yeah, no, we're all Spurs fans here, all Spurs supporters here. David saying, trust me, any world-class player can slot into any system. Everyone's bigging each other up. What else we got? Yeah, we're pretty close to.
Right, Phil Coy's. I don't know how far up you are. Let me go and have a look, because I'm not off. Let me see. You're well away. Oh, you're so far up.
Here's where I am. As long as Levy is owner, we won't ever compete, says JBG. And there might be some truth to that. I don't know. I wish that we could just see into Levy's mind for a second. If we could just have the honest to God truth of what he sees the future of Tottenham being.
DC says if Spurs keep buying. I saw him comment on this earlier on another show, and I saw this yesterday as well. It's the same one again. If Spurs keep buying for the future, you guys will have to live till you're 200 years old to see us winning a trophy. Levy's using the purchase of all these young players to keep the fans off his back. Well, I think we have a manager that if you don't satisfy the manager, I believe the manager walks. So I say that he probably has to. Well, he probably has to buy for the manager, because if he doesn't, the manager will walk. And if this continues to happen, then what manager in their right mind would end up taking the job at Tottenham?
Become a poison chalice already a bit.
Audio is saying currently Son is our best striker and our best left winger. Chris is saying that he said it about Son, got killed for it. But what do I know? I repeat it again. I don't care how many people want to come after me, how many people want to kill me. It's an opinion that I have, and you can't take the opinion away from me. So, I'm
taking it away. You cannot have that opinion.
Yeah, okay.
No, nope.
Matthew says, big up, guys. Hi, Matthew. I hope you're well, sir. It's been a while since we last saw you. Hope you're well. Been missing you on predictions, but Friday we will be here again. Metaphor says, yes, Son Arlison can both go reinvest. Daniel Lee says, I said this months ago, Sonny will stay at us one more year before he retires, and he will go back to Hamburg, which I said a few times before. But we won't get money for him. The thing is, we'll get money from this year, and after this year, I think the money disappears and evaporates, because whether he stays on for another year, 2, 3 years, you ain't going to get money from. You ain't going to get free figure sum that people are offering to pay at the moment, or willing to pay at the moment. You won't get that in 2 or 3 years' time. Matthew says Son will score. He's a class player. Form is temporary. Class is permanent.
True, but age is a thing. We can't forget age.
DC says it's obvious why Son is playing down the middle. It's because Richarlison's injured. If Son is a 9, but he is still better than the rest. Chris is reckoning he's got about 8 billion points in the predictions. Carl is above average, is always good. People always blame Son for when the team falls. I've never once blamed Sonny for the team playing badly. I blame Sonny for playing badly, but not when the team plays badly. If the team's played badly, you've got to look at pinpoint players. In the last game, Matthew, Son had an awful game. Son gave away the first and third goals. It was him that lost the ball on both occasions that led to the first and third goal. And Sonny didn't do nothing in the last game. Sonny was one of our worst performers, and quite rightly was hauled off by the manager. No one should be immune to being hauled off. If you're playing badly, captain, vice captain, non-captain, whoever it is, if you're not playing badly and you get substituted, then no one has a divine right to stay on that pitch. Phil Coy says, Jose, whack my prediction in for the North London Derby 2-1 Spurs. Phil, we're not actually doing predictions till Friday, mate. And when we do the predictions, it'll be a bit more. The predictions next week for Friday will probably also include the Chelsea game, because that will be a round of games the following midweek as well. So yeah. I've not looked, but I've got a feeling that there'll be more than just the 10 games being played at the weekend that we're going to predict for this week anyway. For those that do play or want to play, the show's at 4:00 on Friday, where we will reveal this week's results, because there's 4 matches tonight and there's 1 more tomorrow night. And after that, I have to update the league table. So on Friday, it'll be a quick capture of where we are, who's got what, and then we're going to go straight into predictions for next week. So Friday's going to be busy. So please, we're going to start bang on 4:00. I don't even know. Is 4:00 the right time, or do we have to go at 3:30? I'm not even sure. I'll have a chat with Colin about it. But
yeah, that works for me.
We're going to have to pack up quite a bit on Friday, and I'm aware that Colin's got to go to work as well. So, yeah, we've got quite a lot to pack in Friday.
You sure do.
Richie, if Paulio 125, good evening, Paulio says Richie is fit. Son out left against the Goons. And you got
not a terrible idea. I've heard a lot of people saying that. Yeah.
Carl Simpson is saying that he thinks that we'll have a minority investor by the summer.
Is that good of a thing, though? I mean, like, I think we might too, but I don't know how much that's going to impact, like, player sales and purchases. But maybe, I don't know.
You got Johnny JSBG, because he's Sanchez to me still, says, what a crock. Everyone knows Levy has the last say. I reckon Ange will walk by next Christmas. It's the Spurs way and nothing will change.
You can't.
We've got Big John. Big John's in the house. Big John.
Hey, what's
Big
up,
up Jose and
John?
Colin. Marching on together. Yes, marching on together. Great result for
Does,
you guys.
does
the other
John
night.
kind of have long hair?
No.
Different guy then. All right. I thought I saw him on a stream the other day with Jess.
You'll know John once you hear him speak. You stand to attention when John speaks because John has got that broadest Yorkshire accent. It's quality. You stand to attention. It's like as soon as he stands there, I think I'm in the army. I just go like that. I put my arms by my side and I
He should be a
salute
school.
him.
He should be a school teacher
I
or
salute Big John straight away.
football coach.
David Levy has the rest of the board members in his pocket. Paratici was a board member but had no voting rights. Levy gave the board members a huge pay rise, so they will do what he wants.
It's so easy to say that, but like we're not. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're really privy to a lot of stuff that I'm not, but I don't know who your inside source is.
Then you've got David. So don't get me wrong. I'm not against buying the old fantastic young player, but not doing it to buy a fantasy team. Chris Meta Football says Levy has more to lose than Ange because there will be many clubs that will want Ange, but not many that will want to go to Spurs after yet another manager debacle.
Yes, and anytime you get the word debacle in there, that's a great word. So nice shot.
Ryan G says, I think it's time you cash in on Son as well. But JSBG says, I'd be surprised if Levy sells the Korean cash cow. Carl Simpson says, bring Kane. I'm sure he would like some more Spurs players at Bayern.
It's a good idea. Maybe Ndombele.
David Clark,
Wink.
when Spurs are poor, the whole team are shocking. They are unlike any other team. You don't get 2 or 3 below par. It's the whole bloody team that stink. And when the team performs, they all play well. And you've been told that the person that you're referring to, you might have seen is called Puppy. Is your best mate is here in the house. Look at that.
Hey, what's up?
Shem Tam.
What's up, my man?
And then you've got Big John saying, he ain't no hippie. I never called John a hippie. I never would do. Graham says, buying players is a bit like buying cars. Always look to upgrade, maximising the return on your old one. If you buy one that gives you trouble or does not perform as expected, trade again. Just my opinion. And
I like it a lot, actually.
And he says, any coach will come to Spurs because money talks. So, Mr. Sievers, we are now up to date with the chat because we needed to catch up with the chat and we've now got there.
You did a great job. Yeah. So you and I have talked just now a bit about it. Are you as fussed? You're not as fussed as the rest of the fan base about Udogie being out for the rest of the season.
No, because players will always get injured. It doesn't matter where you are. Players will always get injured. You know, at the end of the day, it happens. There's injuries. You know, some clubs get more than others. The team, it so happens that we play someone on Sunday that have been so fortunate this year with injuries. So fortunate. But it's not always the way. Yeah, they've had Timber out injured for a while. They've had that player that's come back who lives in North London, who is under scrutiny at the moment, but papers are not allowed to name him at the moment, who's come back from injury as well.
Are we allowed to name him? I don't want to get you in trouble.
No. But then you've got loads of other teams. I mean, you look at Man City lost. They lost De Bruyne for a while. Haaland's had a few niggles here and there. They've lost a fair few of their defenders throughout the season as well. You look at Liverpool. Liverpool have had injuries because they had to bring the whole youngsters in. So Liverpool have had injuries. You look at Villa, they've had 1 or 2. Then you get down to Tottenham. We had 13, 14 players out at one stage. So we've had horrendous injuries. You look at Chelsea have had injuries. Newcastle, they're another team that have had injuries. Wolves have had injuries. So, you know, you can go right through, and they're very, very lucky, Arsenal, this year. They haven't had the injuries that other teams in the league have had. However, everybody knows that you've got a squad of 25. And then apart from that, you've got your young uns that can come in and can bulk up the squad. If they're good enough, they can bulk up the squad, but they don't count in your 25. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to get injuries. And we've got injuries, and it's down to us how we deal with it, whether we've got a like for like. Because I heard what you guys were saying earlier, Colin, right? And I'm going to talk about a doggy, right? Because he's a left back. And we're saying the drop-off, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Because people are talking about the drop-off. So what I'm going to say to them is, Zinchenko. When Zinchenko plays, right, or Tomiyasu plays there, or Kivior plays there, is there a drop-off? Because if you ask the Arsenal fans, they say there definitely is. So just ask the Arsenal fans. When you've got Robertson at Liverpool and Shimikas replaces him, is there a drop-off? Ask the Liverpool fans. I'm sure they'll tell you there is. When you look at Chelsea and you look at Cucurella or Chilwell, is there a drop-off? Chelsea fans most definitely tell you there is. So it's not just Tottenham. So let's not just believe that it's just Tottenham, that if you lose one player for another, there's a massive drop-off. All the teams have a massive drop-off. It's not just Tottenham Hotspur. They all have them. The only team that probably doesn't have the big, massive drop-off is Manchester City. But other teams suffer as well when you bring in someone because they haven't got like for like, you know. So when I hear all this stuff from people, I think to myself sometimes, before you talk, engage the bit up here. Mine's grey, by the way, my bit up here. But engage that and think about before you turn around and say anything because, you know, at the end of the day, we're only going to get a drop off the other sides get. And I'm talking about sides that are above us and below us. They see the drop off as well.
To be honest, Jose, I'm not worried about it personally, almost at all. Like you were saying about Ben Davis, and you know he'll sit back. I don't think he's going to get exposed by pushing too far forward. I think as a team, and you know we're smarter than that. I think as a manager, Postecoglou is smarter than to ask him to do that. My main question for you, just regarding this, is who would you rather, or who do you think is more likely to fill into that spot? Do you think it's more likely that we just see Davis move into left back because that way you're only chopping and changing at one position? Or do you think that we're going to try to play VDV out left with Dragic in the middle? I kind of doubt it, but
I see at the moment, if I'm going to go true to form with Ange, I see it being Ben Davis comes in. Unless they have worked for 2 weeks solid on a different plan altogether. Because let's face it, when you're playing once a week, or lately we've been playing more than once a week, right? Then it doesn't give you enough time to put your plans into practice on the training pitch. We've had 2 weeks. So if we've had 2 weeks, you could implement a new system in 2 weeks. 2 weeks of solid training at it, you can implement a new system. It's like implementing a new system in pre-season. You've got the time to go at it. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? We might be surprised. We may not be surprised.
If it's Davis, I'm not too worried. I trust Davis on his short passing. His build-up game isn't terrible. So I think if, you know, he did the inverted thing and he kind of went into the midfield a bit, I think that he's okay there. He's not one of those players where I'm fearful whenever he has to make a 5-yard pass. You know what I mean? He's not the most skillful passer in the team, but he's absolutely not the worst. I just think that he might be better than Van de Ven at that part of the role. Van de Ven obviously has got speed all day on him. But I just think his positioning and his
you've got Ryan G says we were fortunate with the injuries until the last few months, where we are now getting constant injuries to key players. I think Jesse was agreeing about the drop off with other teams. John says, I forgot my predictions. I bet they went tits up. John, you currently have 8 points, mate.
Nice.
You've got 8 points. The average so far this week with 5 games to go is 5.75. I currently sit below average at the moment. John, you got 8 points. You haven't done badly. Nice. At all. You've got 8 points so far this week.
Nice job, John.
4 games to go tonight, 1 game to go tomorrow. Dry roasted peanut. I don't think you did your predictions this week, but if you want to get your predictions in for the last 5 games of the week, I'm more than welcome to take yours if you want to do that. Brian Maguire says Saka will have a field day with Davis. He is too slow. Did Saka have a field day yesterday with Cucurella?
No.
I'll leave it there. But this all if, buts, and monkey nuts. It's if. If Richarlison plays, will he score a hat-trick against Arsenal? It's all ifs. It's all ifs again. You know, if Saka does this, yeah. But what if Saka doesn't do this? It's all if, buts, and monkey nuts. It's a North London derby. Anything can happen. Simple as, in my eyes. Obviously, Gyro Spirit says, obviously he's not a doggy, but I like Ben Davis.
Hell yes. Me too.
Chris is saying, out of the 2 weeks, they would have been granted days off, so don't think they would have had enough time, in my opinion. Yeah, but when you've got 14 days, Chris, even having a few days off, it gives you a clearer run at doing something than having a day in between training, rest day, and match day. So, and that's when we were playing. So having 2 weeks off, even if you give them some days off, granted, it still means that you've still got enough time to embed something new with them, because giving them the days off, say you gave them the weekends off, Chris, and they were still in 5 days a week, that still gives you 2 weeks, doesn't it? People normally work 5 days out of 7. So even if you had them in 5 days out of 7, it means they would have had enough time to implement, but we'll see what happens. Chris says, tell John he has 48 points. He'll come down south, he will. David Clark says, have watched Leicester last night. Their right winger drove outside, cutting to score everything that Kulu is not. He's the type of winger we should be purchasing.
Other than the speed to do that, that sounds to me like exactly the type of winger Kulu is. He likes to go out on the right side, cut in on his left foot, and then have a shot. But he isn't pacey, that's for sure.
Brian saying, I never saw the Chelsea game, but I hope I'm wrong about the London derby. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, Brian, all I'm saying is like I said, it's all if, buts, and maybes. It's, we can hype up players and say this is going to happen, that's going to happen. It's a North London derby. And I'm watching the game last night. Saka definitely didn't murder Cucurella. Should he have done? Possibly. But did he? No, he didn't. So
he'd have to have about his third good game in the entire season to punish us tomorrow. He hasn't exactly been playing well, especially not lately. So
and in a hype, good afternoon in a hype. Nice to see you here, my friend. Says scouts are going to watch Partizan Belgrade. Dusan Jovanovic is a striker Chelsea were monitoring in the last window. Svetozar Markovic is a highly regarded centre-back, and Mateus Saldana did well in Japan. I hope that I've got them pronunciations right and I didn't butcher them. It's the first time I've seen them as I read it, and I thought, hold on, what am I doing? I'm being brave.
Great.
I'm being very brave. So
you did great.
So yeah, so that's where we are with that. And then my hype says further on to that, as also said, they also have generally good DMs and a young Korean lad I know nada about.
I'll have to look into him as well.
I know all opinions are all good. Love the show. Yeah, no, you're a great guy, Brian. You get involved and it's superb. It's what we want. We want people to get involved.
Absolutely.
8 out of 10, Jose, for my pronunciations. David Clark, Kulu goes past defenders on the right, no cuts in and scores, no scores a hat trick, no, and 1 assist. So that's why I'm saying Kulu is no winger.
Fair enough.
And Jessie's telling you all what to do, guys. She's saying, smash the likes.
Smash it. Smash it up.
The likes.
For a long time, everyone's only complaint about Kulu was that he would go down the right, cut in on his left, wasn't right-footed, couldn't put in a cross with his right foot. I don't know. Still, David, to me, it sounds like you're describing Kulu plus pace, which I will agree with. But
the only player, Colin, you know the score. You've watched. You know this already, Colin. The only player that goes past players on the natural is Werner. Out of all the players we've had playing these wide positions, although saying that, in saying that, Johnson early doors when he played first of all, when he started playing early on the right, he'd go past players as well and he'd cross the ball in as well. But yeah, we just don't do enough of it in my eyes. I mean, I'm all for people inverting and coming in, right? But then I'm also for people going out. Options, provide options. Go in and go out, because then like that you make that defender second guess. Because otherwise, the defender gets used to you. The defender's going to show you outside all the time, or the defender will show you inside. Depending on who you are, you'll get shown inside or outside, and the defender gets to know your game, and he'll show you in or outside. But if you're prepared to go both ways, then the defender's on the hop. The defender doesn't know whether to show you in or whether to show you out, because you can go both ways. So I do understand exactly what David's saying, but we don't seem to have players that can do that. Werner, the amount of slack that Werner gets, but Werner can cut in or go out on the outside. But we've either got players on the right that one player, so let's say it's Kulu. Kulu can't go past on the outside, but can cut inside. But then on the same side, when he inverts, Porro can go on the outside. And on the left, when we've played Johnson on the left or Sonny, they don't go on the outside. They invert back in. They cut back in. But a doggy can go on the outside. Do you see what I mean? So it takes us 4 players to do what 1 player should be able to do. We got 4 to do what 2 players should be able to do on the wing. We need 4 players at the moment to do the job of 2 players. Does that make sense?
I think it's not quite that simple, but I get what you're saying. But you don't think the players that are cutting inside are doing anything?
But no,
in this scenario,
no. Kulu doesn't take a man on and go down the line. So don't go on the outside.
Right. So you're talking about our wing backs or our full backs. Sorry, going down the outside.
So when I'm saying a good winger, right, can go both ways. A good winger can take you on the outside, meaning go down the line, right, or can take you back inside, right. A good winger. So 1 player should be able to do both. We don't have a player that does, and the majority of our players don't do both. We have a player that does 1 part of it, and then our fullback will do the other, because our fullbacks are on their natural sides. Do you see what I mean? So Porro on the right can get past and down. If he's up that far up the pitch, he can take a player on and he can put the ball in because he's right-footed. A doggy can do the same on the left. But some of the players that we have playing on the wings, they can't go on the outside. They just have to keep cutting in all the time.
I feel like some of that has to be by design. I don't feel like you have the, you know what I mean, the inverted wingers and then the fullbacks that stay wide on accident. But I don't know. I could be wrong. It might just be because of the deficiencies in our wingers that Postecoglou has us set up that way. We will never know. But I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's easy to say. I don't know. But look, John's right. Everybody hit that like up. What the fuck are you doing, guys?
I can just imagine him say it. And the thing is, if he was on screen saying it, people would be hitting that smash. People would be smashing the like button. People would have subscribed. People would have bought anything off you. If you were selling something, John, they would have bought it off you as well.
There you go.
Just by hearing John, you do as John says. Good afternoon, Leo.
Leo, preparing for your trip, man. Getting excited, I'm sure. When do you leave?
When is Leo leaving? I know he's here for the North London Derby, but is he coming over any earlier?
I'm not sure.
Leo, when are you coming over and when are you going back? How long are you over here for? Is more or less what I'm asking. I think.
Yeah.
And then you've got a load of people talking to each other.
But hey, I wanted to bring up something that it's going to be a little bit. Are there still? Do you think there's still people that are Postecoglou out?
Look at that.
I don't know. I probably would. We'll see if we can try it.
Do you know what, Big John? It's really funny. The most obscure things Colin knows. And the easiest things in the world, sometimes Colin struggles with the easy things, but the difficult stuff, he's really, really, really hot on. So I reckon that if you spoke to him, I reckon you'd probably get on like a house on fire, both of you, to be honest. But I think you would. I think you'd both get on a house on fire.
I'd love to meet him. I'd love to meet you, John. We'll have to make it happen sometime. Absolutely.
Hey, just predicted 4-2 to the pool. Need the points for predictions. Will be there in the background as a 4 a.m. start, but much love for you and your channel.
Big up, potato stew.
Soft hair Gavi, is Ange in or out? Soft hair Gavi, I'm glad you joined us because
we can let you know.
You cannot now put the prediction in for yesterday's score, but Soft hair Gavi, I haven't got your predictions for the 4 games tonight or the game tomorrow. So if you want to put in your predictions for the 4 games tonight and the 1 game tomorrow, you'll have to do the homework and find out what the matches are and give me the scores. Then I'll put the fixture, I'll put it in for you. But otherwise, you won't score any more points this week because you haven't got the last 5 games from you. I'm leaving tomorrow evening and I'll be there till May the 2nd. So when you say you're leaving tomorrow evening, you're leaving America in the evening. So that means you get here in the evening as well, I would have thought, tomorrow evening. And you're saying that you're staying in North 17.
Nice. So that's where I stayed last time I was there, man. It's fun.
Staying in Tottenham itself.
That's good. It's a good time. Little Russia. There's like the Little Russia, a lot of Russian-owned businesses.
Little Russia.
Yeah. So I called it.
Fantastic. Little Russia.
Yeah.
You've got, Jess is telling you, Get on Saturday, Cole. John is always on a Saturday, and he's a legend.
I let her know down further I'll be less drunk this time for sure.
Oh, was you drunk? Was you drinking last time? He was on Jesse's show. Oh my God, Colin! What are you doing?
Who would have thought? Yeah.
What are you doing, brother?
I know. Oops. But guys, I wanted to throw. So I know that I'm basically just poking the bear here, but I found this image. So basically, look at. I don't know. I guess I'm just saying, with Ange, we need to.
Just saying, you were steaming.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but I was nice. I think I watched it back as much as I could stand. I was like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. But yeah, I was friendly.
John's coming. Look, he only goes live after the watershed.
Hell yeah! There you go. Smart man. We'll have to. Maybe we can make this happen.
Proper streaming coming from Danny.
Yeah, man, it was oops, but I didn't even know. The next day, I got a message about it, and I was like, I did that. Oh my God! But good stuff. So
you couldn't have been that bad because you're all on talking terms. So that's good.
Yeah. I was being. I think I was just being too nice. You know how sometimes people get drunk and they're like, "I love you. You're the best." I think it was kind of like that. But yeah, so guys, we constantly are looking at the lot. Well, I am the lot down the road. Those South Londoners that are in our area, and now I look at them as legitimate title contenders this season. And I just remember how bad we were laughing at them seasons past, especially after appointing him. After a season or two with him, I even found this image. I was just Googling stuff this morning, but where did this go? It was kind of cool. Look at the. I'm trying to even remember. It's sad that I couldn't figure out what year this was from. But do you think that we would stick with a manager after a run of losses and draws like that? Look at some of those teams. Obviously, Man City, Man United, Tottenham. But there's also lost to Burnley, lost to Wolves, lost to Villa, lost to Leicester. I don't know. I just don't know if we would stick with Postecoglou through a run like that. Do you think we would, Jose?
I'm kind of looking, and I don't remember when this happened, but really the only tonking that they've taken there really is a 3-0 at home to Villa.
Yeah, that's true. None of them have been like, none of them were absolutely.
Yeah, they've been beaten by us 2-0. But other than that, it's been a draw or they've lost by the odd goal. So I suppose, because I can't remember what period of time this was, but I think you've got to take things into relativity. And the relativity of this would be, did they lose these games but they were playing well? Did they lose these games and the dressing room has been lost? There's different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I just think that as a fan base, maybe we're not as patient as we need to be, and maybe that would suit us well. Like there was a period of time where it looked like, the idea was there with Arteta, but it hadn't been implemented. It didn't look good. Their defense was leaky.
So with my Gooner friends, right, the Gooners that I know, and some of them are club season ticket holders, and some just go to the away games and won't go to the effeminates anymore, but they'll just go to the away games. And when I speak to them, it's interesting because on YouTube I've seen Arsenal people blow up after the defeat against Villa and Bayern, but I've seen them blow up before that, all saying that Lego Head has got to leave. He's taken Arsenal as far as he can go. They've got to get rid of him. They've got to bring another manager in. Blah blah blah. But it seems to be that's a lot of hype and pipe on YouTube and on social media.
Oh,
because
really?
the actual people that go to the games and go to the ground, go home and away, they're actually majority of them in favour of Arteta staying. So it'd be interesting. I would believe that at Tottenham, right, the majority of the stadium want Ange.
I think
And
you're
it's
right.
just
I hope
it's just
you're right.
social media. It's just social media, and the bullshit that. Do you remember me saying a long time ago, Colin? There are people out there who, for no fault of their own, all they do is they don't do their own homework. So they'll jump on the bandwagon of something that they've read without
Kind of parrot
researching.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
without researching and having their own opinion, they'll just jump on the bandwagon of something they've read. And I just think that that's what happens quite a lot on social media. But the people at the ground.
Hold on, Jose, I can't hear you. 1 second, buddy. Make sure my headset's not acting up. I'm sure it is. Can you talk now? Can I testing? I still cannot hear Jose. One moment.
Am I still on mute?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I
I
couldn't
can hear Colin, not Jose. Right, so it was me. So something happened to me then. Okay, but I'm back. Right, so if Levy sticks to the business side and leaves the football to those that know, like Villa, then bad runs are just a stone in the long journey. Stacey's here. Good afternoon, Stacey. How are you? Hope you're well. I'm only going to say good afternoon, Stacey, and be kind to you as you're kind to me. I'm not going to read up what everyone's saying about you. DC is saying Arsenal have stayed with Arteta through over 4 seasons. 5 years, spending $250 million, qualifying for the Champions League only once, and winning one FA Cup. That's not success. The FA Cup that they won was actually Emery's FA Cup for me, because Emery got them more or less to the final, and Arteta didn't have to do much, and they ended up winning it. So yeah, he got that by default, to be honest.
It's true. But if he wins the league this year, that's not something that you can deny.
Potato Stew says, "Are we getting into Europe? First year into a rebuild, all good." Potato Stew, yeah, I'm on board with you, mate. I'm on board with you. Daniel Lee says, "If you notice though, with Arsenal, that wanted Kroenke gone unless he changed. He did now. You're saying a better Arsenal. We need sustainable proof that Levy will do the same before we can compare this to Arsenal."
That's fair.
Shemtam, we're not patient because we've been lied to, like every manager forever, and we get the opposite of what we're told.
Yeah, big up to that as well.
So this is people telling me that muted. Now, all good now. Yeah, thank you. Says, trust me, Lee Gunner, us, a real Arsenal fan who has a fantastic podcast. The only difference, he doesn't stand for mediocrity. He knows Arsenal history inside out. I don't follow Lee Gunner, so I'll have to take you over it.
Yep.
But yeah, so for me, at the end of the day, it's all if buts and monkey nuts. It's a North London derby, so yeah, let's see what happens in the North London derby.
Like we always say, literally anything could happen. I'm not nearly as afraid as a lot of people seem to be. I am afraid that we will come out slow out of the gates, but that's my only fear, and it wouldn't be the first time. So,
Colin, there is video evidence of your face last night on Spurs Kings TV, and if you're telling me that you weren't afraid, then my God, you're a top actor. You are, I tell you. Because the look on your face last night when they were all talking, you were like, "Ooh."
It depends on who I'm with, how everybody's feeling. I feed off of what's ever in the room, so your calmness has gotten me pretty calm. You're pointing out some good things. Really, the only thing that I'm worried about is us not being clinical with our chances, because we'll definitely have chances. So as long as we're clinical, we'll be on the score sheet. As long as the blanket is doing his job well, whether that's just playing center back and covering for everybody, whether that's covering for Ben Davies whenever he, gets beaten for pace or whatnot. As long as those two things are on, we should be okay. No silly cards. I mean, oh no.
Today's Wednesday, right? So it'd
Yeah.
be more interesting. The nearer the game gets, it gets more and more interesting. But what would be interesting is listening to. I'd like to see. We've not heard nothing from Tottenham. Tottenham haven't done videos, even training videos. Nothing's been released. I've not seen
I
anything.
think that's on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen anything, right? Which you'd usually see. I've not seen anything. The last thing I saw about Tottenham and training was Mikey Moore was training with the first team, and that was bloody the beginning of last week. But then what I will say is that it's interesting. Come Friday we will have that. We would have had the presser. So after the presser, we'll be more geared up for it because we'll hear what our mercurial managers had to say. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to get updates. So Jose, I haven't got your opinion on this.
Look at this. Look, Daddy says, "Yeah, I see
know.
that last night. Don't flip flop, Colin."
If you go, I got a comment a little lower.
And then if people have forgotten where the like button is, then please give it a click. We've only got 27 likes. That's extremely poor. Chris Meta Football's asked a question. I'm going to star that. And David Clark says, no, just his opinion. He gives facts to back up his knowledge, and he calls out all those young, clueless Arsenal fans who are just after the likes. He calls them out because they know nothing about Arsenal. Fair enough. As I said, I don't watch him, so I wouldn't know. I don't watch him, so I wouldn't know. But what Chris has asked is chat panel. Frankie de Jong has been reportedly placed on the market by Barcelona. Would you have him at Spurs? I would 1,000,000,000% have Frankie de Jong as a number 8 for me at Tottenham. I'd even go as far and say that he could probably do a role at 6, but I'd definitely have him as an 8 at Tottenham. Definitely. I would have Frankie de Jong.
What would you pay for him? What's an amount of money that you would deem to be worth it? That would happen too for the right price.
Chris will probably tell me rightly or wrongly. I reckon 40 million prizes him away. Anything between 30 and 40 million prizes him away from Barcelona. Put it this way, I'd much rather have a Frankie de Jong in my midfield than have Rafinha out wide.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Ryan G says 40 mil.
I'd say between 30 and 40 million you could prize him out of Barcelona. You've got to remember Barcelona are in dire straits, man. Barcelona need readies. They need to become. Barcelona are like a bank that needs money. Their tills need refreshing.
It's facts. That's the truth.
Dan, I can see your comments, mate. Listen, at the end of the day, I keep saying to you, Dan, that the money, the transfer fees for players ain't going to be like it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. The money for players is going to drop. And then you have to look at the clubs that you're buying from. They need channels. They need money. They need money big time. Barcelona are in the big hole. I don't know how you guys don't appreciate how bad in the hole they are. Ryan, you're saying that they won't sell cheap. Right, Ryan, you're saying that. They need to get money in. And if people go, say they're only going to pay X amount of money, then they'll sell. I'm telling you, they're in such a precarious position and then it's not just 1 or 2 sales. They've got to sell a fair few players just to get onto the right side of the coin.
How did they? Can I ask you? I mean, and Chris might be better to answer, but how did they mess up so bad? You know what I mean? It seems like they were such a sustainably run club for so long, and then the bottom just fell out. I guess I don't know. Chris
the bottom's fallen out of lots of clubs in Spain. It's not just Barca, but Barca are one of the bigger clubs, and Barca don't get. I mean, this is why I don't support Real Madrid or Barcelona, because I'm not from them regions. But the reason why I'm not a Real Madrid supporter either is because out of all the teams in Spain, they could all be in trouble, and the only team that will get bailed out by the government and by the royal family is Real Madrid.
I keep forgetting there's a royal family in Spain. I
Yeah.
know that that's obvious, but I forget about that all the time.
Real Madrid always get bailed out, and all the other teams suffer. So,
what team would you support? What team would you have been closest to? Like where your family comes from? In Spain?
I support my team in Spain is Deportivo de La Coruña.
We've said this. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Deportivo. I'm a Deportivo man. Always have been and always will be. It's where I'm from. Chris
There you
lives in my region, in Spain. He lives in Galicia, which is Deportivo land.
There you go.
But Chris's allegiances lie further to the east of Spain.
Yeah.
And when I mean further to the east, I mean all the way to the east, because I live on the northwest coast, right?
Gotcha.
And Barcelona all the way on the east. So you're talking about the other side of Spain.
Chris. No, we love you, man. Ryan G, I know they're a bad financial situation, but I guarantee they won't sell De Jong for 40 million. I don't know.
So, they
But
need money.
Potatoes too says he thought he was going to Man United and saw that there was maybe a 77 million.
No, I think Man
price
United were
tag in
looking
there?
at De Jong last season, the beginning of last season, not this
Mm.
season. They were looking at De Jong, and De Jong said, "I don't want to go there." And who's the manager at Man United?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah,
And he was his manager at Ajax, and obviously he don't want to go there.
Something wasn't right between the two.
Ten Hag bought Donny van de Beek from Ajax with him, and look, he's ruined his career. Donny van de Beek don't even get a game at Man United. Has fallen out of the pecking order from Holland. He's so far away of getting a Dutch cap again because he's gone to United and he's followed Ten Hag. And Mohamed Kudus, who played at that Ajax team, a bit younger, but he played there. You got Hakim Ziyech and all players like that. Why did players like that not follow Ten Hag?
True.
So De Jong may go to Man United. Man United may pay
Hakim
for him.
Ziyech, what happened to him? Where's he playing now?
He's out in Galatasaray.
Oh my God. Okay.
And so you've got what's his name? You've got De Jong. If Ten Hag stays, which everyone is saying the odds are against, but if Ten Hag stays, De Jong doesn't go Man United. Doesn't matter whether you bid fucking 90 million for De Jong, won't go to Man United with Ten Hag there. If Ten Hag leaves, however, then there's a possibility that a deal might be done and that he could get convinced to go to Man United. But whilst Ten Hag's there, I don't think De Jong's going there. Sorry, the dog's going mad again.
Oh, you're good. That was barely any barking. They were just saying hey. Everything I'm seeing says they're going to want 70, but that's obviously what you would say. You wouldn't come out and say, hey, we'll take 40. And everything I'm looking at is just conjecture. But yeah, just looking at some rumor stuff. Interesting, and that they're looking at Bernardo Silva, Barcelona. Interesting, that could work out, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm basically. Well, I didn't know Jose was gone. I was looking at something else. I'll go back to that. I like it better when I don't know him by myself. But yeah, gang. I mean, do you see us giving? I just really can't see our fan base giving Postecoglou his full contract. I hate that. I hate that more than anything. I don't like to use Arsenal as my measuring stick, but look at what they've done. They've gone from laughing stock manager who didn't have the experience to play in the league, to coach in the league, which is exactly what people are saying about Postecoglou, that he doesn't have Premier League experience, that the teams he's managed at, don't have the pedigree. Where the hell does Arteta manage? He was Pep's number 2. Whoop-de-doo. Good deal. So yeah, I mean, I think Ange has just as much, if not much more, in his CV, on his CV than Arteta did. So it's like, do we give him the time? We really need to. I think we're in a bad way if we don't. And I think given time, he could build something special. And I think he believes that too. So we've got in the chat, if we get De Jong for 40 million, Levy deserves to be knighted. Hey, maybe they'll do it. Talk to the king. I almost said talk to the queen. RIP. Sorry about that. Ryan G says 100%, Daniel. Love it. And then everyone is saying hey to each other, which is always good. Potatoes too. Big up, Colin. Hope you're well. Really, you think Ange will walk rather than see out his contract? It's not so much that I think he'll walk. I think that if results start going poorly, we've seen how quick in the past Levy has been to toss the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, to get rid of the manager rather than to get rid of the players that are causing problems. In the past, he's seen that as like the cheaper option, and I'm really hoping that that's over. You know, I'm hoping it is. My heart wants to believe it, but my head tells me that it's just going to be rinse and repeat, more of the same. Cheapest you get De Jong for would be 60 million at least. Hey, that's actually not terrible, and I think for that price I would take him, to be honest, especially if we have this supposed 200 million to spend. Big up Daniel though, love it. Always love getting your opinions, man. Christoph says Ange is a man based on principle. If he's not respected, he'll walk with his head up high. Yeah, that's a really good point, Chris. Not even just principles. It's just like he doesn't like to be jerked around. You can tell just with the way that he talks to the media, with the way the media talk to him. He does not stand to be jerked around. So if he thinks Levy's jerking him around, thinks the board are jerking him around, bye. Like, I'm out of here. And as Chris has already said, he's done enough this season, I think, to get himself a job almost anywhere. People were going to say I'm crazy, that one season in the Premier League, But if he gets us into the Champions League especially, oh, my God, has he really got his CV even more padded. So, yeah, it's tough. I was afraid, and part of me is that he was going to leave for the Liverpool job, which is another question I would like to ask you guys if you just have a second to take your mind away from Spurs for just 2 seconds. Who do you see going to that Liverpool job? I haven't heard of any real concrete rumors. Oh, wait, except Xabi Alonso. Is that who it is? There's a former player of theirs. Daniel saying we're not ready for the Champions League. Daniel, this is a good point. If we get into the Champions League and we just crash out immediately, I don't have my mug up here. I have a Champions League mug that I got very on sale because it was from the year where we crashed out of the group stages. We had a really, really good chance of getting out. I mean, we absolutely should. I think we were probably on paper the second best team in the group, and we crashed out. CSK Moscow was in that, Bayer Leverkusen. Definitely we are probably not ready for the Champions League as things stand. We would absolutely need to make some investments in the summer. If we make Champions League, every penny of that money that you get for qualifying for Champions League needs to go back into players, or there's no way that we can compete. It's just a fact. Jose's back. What's up, buddy?
Hello. No, I'm just reading the chat as I'm going along. Interesting. Liverpool have gone for Arne Slot. Tottenham were looking at Slot last season, weren't they?
I didn't know that. So that's concrete?
Well, it looks like they're looking at Slot at the moment. Slot is the one that they're talking to. They're actually talking to him. It's out there that they're talking to him.
Nice. For some reason, I was thinking that the ex-Liverpool guy was odds-on favorite.
Alonso, it was finished. That finished about as soon as that started. That was quashed straight away because he signed another
extension.
He said he was staying at Leverkusen.
Well, I don't blame him. He's doing good things there. Danny Rumsey, I think this is name change. Danny says, smash a like and subscribe, please. Thank you, Danny.
Danny's changed it because now that Jesse's on the road to 600, I think it's 600 subs. And if Jesse gets to 600, Danny said he would start his own channel.
Oh, heck
so
yeah, dude.
I think Danny, now that Jesse smashed through the 500 mark, I think Danny, if I'm speaking wrong here, please correct me. But I think Danny's changed his name in preparation that Jess is going to get to that number. So he's got to start his channel.
That's awesome. You gotta believe, man. That's good stuff. Everybody, don't forget, we are pushing over here to that 500 mark. So if you're not subbed and you're watching this, maybe you're watching it on Twitter, hop on over to YouTube and hit a subscribe. We would really appreciate that. We appreciate you guys being here.
Danny, if you want, put your or Jesse's a mod, put your channel in the chat. And Jesse, put yours in the chat as well. Plug yourselves away, guys. And Chris, Meta Football's here. He's another one. Put yours in the chat.
Yeah, guys, please do. Looks like there's been a trip to Mackey's. Was that a Mackey's Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, trip to Mackey's. Yeah, Jose. Quick stuff I've been firing at the viewers. Do you think that we will give? Do you think that Postecoglou will have time to see out his career? Do you think that he'll get sacked? I don't even know. Him walking to me isn't as big of a fear as him being sacked due to a bad run of form, due to fans turning. I fear for that.
Sorry, is that Chris? Is that right? It's at Danny Ramsey. Is that the channel? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, people go and subscribe over to at Danny Ramsey. Like I said, Jesse's going to reach the number. He said he would start a channel, so people are trying to give him the a push to get subscribers before he even starts his channel.
It's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
So yeah, if you want to go and support Danny, then there's where you can support Danny.
Boom.
And then you've got Jesse. Jesse is here at Jesse Talks Football. So Jess, and she Talks Football fan channel. So please go and support Jesse there as well. And if Meta sticks his in as well, we'll have Metas up there as well.
Hey.
And Colin, and if Colin sticks his in, we can have Collins on there as well.
I've got it right here, sir. Oh, and I might try to hawk some shirts at people too. Oops, I put it in under your name, but that's okay.
If you let me bring it up, you're all right. So yeah, people can support Colin at Talk and Ball. He's on here, youtube.com at talkandball_Cole. So look, if you press any of these links while you're watching the show, it will take you to their channels so you can subscribe, but you won't lose yourself here. You'll still be here as well. So all it is a tap of the button. So please go and support these wonderful people. Chris, I was asking you to put your own channel in, to plug your own channel, mate.
Oh, he's being funny. He was trying to make a joke about stick my what where? I don't know. He's got jokes.
Two things. Have you got
yeah.
And have you got have we got to keep bench and sofa today?
We do, yeah.
Okay, before we get to the keep bench, so can I ask you one question?
Mm-hmm.
What links today?
Oh, I haven't, to be honest. I didn't get a great chance to look. Now I'm seeing £150 million summer budget. That's not enough.
So Chris Meta Football, support Chris at Meta Football TV. It's there on screen. As I said, any of these content creators that have put their links into the chat, it'll take you to their channel so you can sub to them, but you won't lose your place here. So don't be scared. Hit the button, subscribe to these wonderful people, help them out on their journeys.
Exactly. And don't be scared ever. Being scared, no point. There's no point in it.
Help them out on their journeys. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't all agree on everything, but we do our own thing to get ourselves out there and to pass the time of day and to keep you lovely, lovely people entertained. Tekken, you have a channel.
Link it, bro.
Link your channel, Tekken. I didn't even realize you had a channel unless you subbed and I subbed over to you. I don't know. Right. So I heard, right.
Yeah.
I heard that Galatasaray have started signaling out their intentions to try and sign Sessegnon.
Cool. Bye. That's what I have to say about that. Bye, Sessegnon. But I only wish it was Reguilon because I feel like we can get more money out of him. I'd be fine with Sessegnon going.
Reguilon will go.
Yeah. I was sort of surprised that we didn't bring him back into the fold to at least use him for the rest of the season once his loan at United ended. But, hey, what do I know? It would be, I think, kind of nice to have him in the team right now as an option. But you can't – if buts and maybes, you can't keep players around for stuff like that. So I get it. Interesting, though. What do you think about Sessegnon going to Galatasaray?
If he goes, don't he? So
yeah, and hopefully get some consistent playing time. Be good for his career. He's a good. he's a good dude. Seems like by all accounts, he was a really, just good prospect and hasn't quite turned out for us. But sorry.
Right, sorry, Tekken. I've just subbed to you as well, Tekken. If you've had a channel since 2006, then I don't know what you've done with it, because you look like you just started from scratch again with the amount of people that are subbing to you now. You started from the off. But yeah, let's go over to him and sub over to Tekken, who is there, can be found on there.
Nice. I'll do it right this second as well.
Like I said, people, you won't help everyone. It really does. I mean, we all do this hopefully for the right reasons, but it only helps and it only works if we get people subscribing to our channels. And obviously you need to build a community and have people in your chat, because otherwise what you could do is you might as well just have a podcast, because you wouldn't entertain any of the people that are listening to you. And us here, we like to entertain the people that are listening to us. We try to read out every comment, whether your comments are coming through on YouTube or whether your comments are coming through on X, because although this is going out on X, it's very seldom that we receive any comments, or not that many, from X. And if we do, we will read your comments out as well. At the end of the day, we're here to help everybody out. So, and everyone, and also to ensure that everybody gets an opinion, and their opinion is either read or heard. Do you know you said 150 million, because in a hype said that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know he said last summer spent. Right, have you just read that from We Are Tottenham TV?
No, some random fellow tweeted it.
Because We Are Tottenham TV are saying Paul and Richarlison return to training, and Levy's to give 150 million to Ange in the summer.
I just some fella named Joseph Brown tweeted this. So it says Daniel Levy will give Ange Postecoglou a transfer budget of 100 to 150 million plus sales, and then it says Tottenham believe they can bring in an extra 50 to 75 million from outgoings this summer.
Outgoings, I reckon we could get 80 million, and that's conservative. I reckon we could get 80 million outgoings. So, yeah. But on 80 million outgoings, I'm talking about selling 10 players to get 80 million.
Yeah.
So all the boys that are out on loan at the moment, plus Højbjerg, Skip, I can't remember who else I thought about when I did this. Hill, there was a few. But anyway, but by the end of it, I thought 10 players, 80 mil could get comfortably, 80 million. And if you had that, and if you had 200 million, that goes a fair way. But like people have said in the chat, we've heard people say that they want the big things and the big fishes. But if you buy big fishes and too many of them, then it will take you years to get to where you need to, because you need to have numbers in your squad. And if you spent 200 million on 2 players, then you're not going to build up a squad that quickly, are you? So it's about spending the money, but also bringing in the players that Mr. Postecoglou wants. So Peter, yeah, look at it. It's Peter Kagais. Peter Kagais says, "Hi lads, I'm working. It's 3 a.m. in Melbourne." Pete, what do you do for work, mate, to get you out at 3 o'clock in the morning? What is it you do for work? What is it you do for work for a living, work-wise? I'll get it out in a minute.
Words are hard sometimes, Jose.
Yeah, Potato Stew says can't even get 5 million for Endon Bailey. The other one is Hill. Feyenoord have admitted publicly that they have made offers for Hill.
That'd be an interesting fit.
When you start saying it publicly, right? Like I keep saying to people all the time, right? I say this to people all the time. If our department are worth the salt that they are, then they should have been on it from the day the summer transfer window closed last season, looking at who fits the profile, who they want to bring in, and stuff like that. And then what they needed to do is start engaging with the players' agents and stuff. So you're basically not tapping the player up, but you're just saying to the agent, look, we're doing this, we're doing that. Do you think your player would be interested? Because when you get people bidding for players, more so now than ever, it's the The players that you bid for is because you've had some contact. You've got some sort of an idea that this player is interested in coming to your club. Otherwise, you wouldn't just bid for the player. And this has become more prevalent now since you've had the age of these agents. 20, 25 years ago, you went for a player or you bid for a player, you were taking a punt more often than not, whether the player wanted to come to you. But now, when you're putting in bids for players, it's because you've actually spoken to people, and you know and you understand that they do want to. They've got an interest in coming to you. So, if Tottenham have done that and they've done their scouting and they've identified and they started speaking to agents, then they should have a fairly good clip at who they are going for this summer. And the only thing is that unlike we're humans and we're all curious by nature. So curiosity is going to get the better of us, and we all want to know who it is on our list and who's going to be coming in and who's going to be going out. We want to, but in business, you're not going to be given the big bombs, like the big deals and the big trades. They're not going to tell mere mortals what's going on. We'll just have to wait like everyone else when bids start to be put in. Peter Kagase has told us he's a paramedic. What a fantastic job!
Oh, nice, man.
Fair play to you. I hope that your shift is going really well, Peter.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing mad is going on out there for you. I hope. But yeah, big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. Inner Hype says Barris Yilmaz from Galatasaray would be a good shout.
Is that a difference in the other Yilmaz guy that used to be big deal a while ago?
It says plays all three spots up top and wing back either side for Turkey.
Yeah, I was thinking Burak Yilmaz. He's much older. Okay, cool.
And then you've got Danny saying, Peter, I salute you for saving people's lives. Great work. True. Destiny saying money talks. Pete saying that they try their best. Swim Master, good afternoon, Swim Master. Anything in the same mould as VDV? They're obviously out there. I've never heard of him till we signed him. I heard we used the data approach now, adding in to help us find these players. It's exactly what we're being told as well.
Swim Master, what's up, dude? I didn't notice that's the name you said. What up?
Dynamic, Dylan, I think you're a Man City fan. Listen, why don't you put your channel in there? Put it in there, mate. It's no problem at all. Yeah. Put it in there and we'll see if we can get you some more subs from here. Yeah, just put it in there. It's not a problem at all, mate.
For sure.
Sumas says, I like the new layout you got.
Yeah, that's been on there forever. That's the one I used to use like 2 to 3 years ago when I first started. I was streaming from inside a closet and had like a green screen. And so I would put that background up and it made me look so much more professional. So
put it in there. Oh, there we go. Right. So subscribe to Dynamic Melon. Right.
Dynamic Melon. Yeah.
It's Mynamic. So I don't know, Chris, is Mynamic or is his name Dynamic in his YouTube channel?
We'll have to see. I think it's right there. I think that's the way it is. And then he just has
channel. People, go over and do this young man a favor as well. And let's get over and support him as well. And we'll get Mr. Melon onto some subs as well.
We should do something with him for the City match too. At the end of towards the end of the season, second to last match.
What, like tie him up and throw him in the cell? Or...
yeah. Do something. We don't even know what.
With him, mate. God.
Yeah. Okay. Just get him out of here.
Good or bad. Let's just do something with him.
Yeah. Hey, exactly. It's not up to me to say what. We could have a community vote. Put it in the community section. No, but hey, are you ready? So I don't have a tons more time. Are you ready for this keeper West Ham?
Yeah, Mynamic Dylan, I've just subbed to you. You're on 174 now.
Nice.
So I think a couple of people have subbed to you. Me and somebody else. I think it might have been Big John has just gone to you, and so have I, and that's taken you to 174. Because you were 28 away, you're now 26 away. So Colin's going to sub to you now as well. That should push you on to 175.
176. It said before I even subscribed.
177. So yeah, you've had 5 subs so far, Dylan. So you ain't done badly.
Nice job, brother.
yeah, keep plugging away, mate, and I hope it all goes well for you, sir. Right, so gone. Was this to keep bench and sell?
It's about that time. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, let's get to the keep, bench, and sell. Right, everyone can take part in this.
Yep, this is a weird one. So sorry. Pre-apologize. This is not
Okay.
easy, but it's not easy for
Can
fun
I
way.
just say you'll see me have a go at this today because it's not one of mine.
This one sucks, by the way. But okay, guys, it's a keep, bench, and sell. Don't leave when this video starts. Sometimes people think we're ending the show. Not quite yet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wrong video. Hey, like I always say, everyone, welcome to Keeper West Ham, the internet's favorite Tottenham game show, where you're presented with some players. And in today's edition, you have to keep a player, bench a player, and send a player away to my least favorite team in the Prem, West Ham. So without further ado,
What you
here's
got
your
for us
players.
today? What?
I know, exactly.
Yeah. Right,
It's not easy.
I'm
But
done.
it's a weird.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's see.
I'm a Tottenham supporter. I'm keeping Richie all day long. Scores more goals than the other two, so I'm keeping Richie. Scores more goals than the other two, and he's a Tottenham player currently. I'm benching Sterling. Don't think he's all that anymore. I think he's had his time. I think he could possibly do a job for us, but he's not doing a job at Chelsea. He doesn't even get selected anymore. So I'd probably bench the Chelsea boy, and obviously Arsenal. Arsenal are nowhere near my club, mate. Arsenal, he can go to West Ham. So Mr. Martinelli goes to West Ham. I'm keeping Richie, and I'm benching Sterling.
I probably should have made it a worse Spurs player, but I just really wanted to make people consider players from other teams because there's a lot of people that are not happy with Richarlison. They don't, like his play. So it's like Potato Stew. We've got Potato Stew says in order of picture, bench, keep, and West Ham. So he's going a little bit differently than you. He's keeping Richie, but he's benching Martinelli. Potato Stew, there you go. Swim Master says keep Sterling, bench Richie, get rid of the other one. Disabled Teams jumped in, says keep Richie, bench Martinelli, and send Sterling.
It's all right.
Adrian Stroka is here.
Some of these people don't support Tottenham, so they can do that.
Exactly. Adrian Stroka is here, though. He says keep Richie and pay up the contracts of the other two. Good stuff. Chris Meta says keep Pigeon, bench Chessmaster, and sell House Martin. What am I? House Martin. What am I missing here? Chessmaster. I can't tell who the second two are. Rob Belcher says keep Richie, send Sterling Ellie, send Sterling Ellie to the spammers. Just mush him into one guy and send him over.
Go on, Rob.
I basically just wanted people to have to defend Richarlison, and it's nice. Keep Richarlison, bench Martinelli, and Sterling going East Ham. Dang, dude. I haven't even heard of them. Ryan G. Wolves, man. Keep Martinelli, bench Richie, sell Sterling. And then, oh my God.
Go on in the hype.
Yeah, hype. Yeah, I love it, man.
Abuse Martinelli, keep Richarlison, and retire Sterling.
Sterling he's about at that age. Yeah. Say this to not fair, Jose. Spurs. Wait, not fair, Jose. Spurs, not so bitter. Good stuff.
Yes,
good stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
And with me, I am going to obviously keep Richarlison. I think that I would have Martinelli, as bad as this sucks. I'd have Martinelli on the bench, and then I would have Sterling at West Ham. Just to let you know, I have a soft spot for West Ham. Okay, well, hey, that's okay. I don't. My hate for them isn't entirely logical. A lot of it has to do with a player that's not even there anymore. So,
Can I say,
cough, Mark
I say-
Mark Noble, cough.
let me tell you that ever since I first met Colin, he was really, really 150 behind West Ham being all, and all that. But I think he's mellowed. He's not 150 anymore. Still not his favourite club, but he's not in 150. On the Richter scale, he's coming back more this way. He's not as bad as what he once was. So,
As I get older, I'm becoming more balanced. You know, it's happening. Whoa, and look who just popped in.
Hello. Sorry
Hello.
about earlier, but
You okay?
I was actually in the fish and chip shop waiting to go and have my massage.
in a fish and chip shop.
Yeah, that's where I was streaming from. But there was no one in there, just me having fish and chips.
Oh, I thought you was going to have your leg massaged in a fish and chip
I
shop.
did. No.
Hey,
It was 2 doors away. But they had to delay because they had an emergency where a lady had a thrombosis. And
sad.
she had the thrombosis of her leg while she was having the massage. So I thought, shall I go there? Are they going to give me that? Anyway, how are you doing, boys?
yeah, not bad.
Doing good, doing good.
Lost
you got-
Josh, I see.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you had to go. He's
So
a young
it's
lad.
so interesting how other fans rate these players. So much fun.
I know. Do you know what I mean? They're much of the muchness. There's not much difference between Porro and Udogie, right?
Oh no, we've just done a keep, bench, and sell.
Oh, right. I thought you was talking about our current players.
No, we've just done a
Because
keep,
there's
bench, and sell.
There's
We'll
a
give it
big
to you,
drop
but-
off for Davis.
Yeah, we'll give it to you in a minute.
Where is the keep? Yeah, I want to see.
Okay, before I read this comment, give Ellie a go.
Yeah, give
Okay,
us.
okay.
Give
Yeah,
me a go. Stop
here we
being
go,
rude, Pepe. Oh,
look at these 3 players that I chose
Oh.
today.
Go on,
you
Els.
know what? On current form, I'd have to keep Martinelli, but I'm going to.
Ooh, you're the first Tottenham supporter that said they'll keep
Yeah, on
Martinelli.
current form, I'd keep Martinelli because he's had a very good season. I know he's been injured a bit, but sort of Sterling's gone a bit pants since he's gone to Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
And Richarlison, I would keep Martinelli, bench Richarlison, and sell. sorry, I'm going to sell him. He plays for Chelsea as well, so they lost 5-0 to Arsenal. So
Yeah.
Sterling's going to West Ham.
That's
Sad.
controversial. You're the only
it's
one of the Tottenham.
controversial,
You're
but
the only one from the
Dean
Tottenham
has to
fan
be
base.
Controversial, you know.
You're the only person from the Tottenham fan base that's kept Martinelli.
Yeah, because I don't want to be biased, right? Because on Kate's show, she's never biased towards Arsenal because
Who
she
scored
wants to
the
keep-
most goals out of them 3?
probably Sterling.
It's Richarlison.
Is it? Oh, well, this season?
Yeah.
I thought you meant over their career.
No. Because you were talking about this season. So I'm telling
Yeah.
you that Richarlison's
Yeah,
got
but
more
I
goals.
don't always say the person who scores the most goals is the best player. I would say Martinelli overall is better technically and probably creates a lot more chances that don't get scored. Like Kulu, he creates a lot of chances, but they don't put it away.
Right, so Danny is saying, and I agree with Danny, Martinelli is a kick and run merchant. He's pants. Richie's a good at finishing, scoring goals than my nan in his career. Sterling is crap now, but I'm still picking Sterling over these 2.
So-
Potato
He's a
Stew
good
saying
player. But
really,
I prefer
Colin, is this-
Richarlison.
Colin is
He's a
secret
bit
West Ham
azzy.
is what Potato Stew saying here. Rob
Yeah.
Belcher is saying, I also have a soft spot for West Ham in a sandpit.
Oh.
Paulio125 says West Ham are a Canning Town bingo club. Inner Hype is saying a fish massage to you.
Yeah,
Then
I
you've got
wish.
Meta Football saying what the actual FLE.
Fish and chips from a
fish and
massage
chips from
parlor.
a massage parlor.
Yeah.
No wonder no
You know
one
what?
was there.
I'm such a healthy lady. I go for a massage and I have a fish and chips.
And then Potato Stew says, "Big up, Ellie. Chips and the battered sausage, curry sauce, yes, please."
Yeah, lovely.
Stu Santia massaging a fish and chip shop. Exactly what was they massaging, Ellie? Chris
You know, the
Agenbar.
Queen goes to the best places, don't you know?
Yeah, Chris Agenbar says Ellie gets battered fish everywhere she goes. Everywhere she goes.
Ellie gets battered everywhere she goes.
Perfect.
You know what? I bring the tone down of your stream, don't I?
Right, Ryan G said, I think Martinelli is the best of the three right now, but he's another one who's been overhyped by the Arsenal fans.
That's what I would agree with that. He is like, he's a bit like Marmite. Sometimes he plays good and sometimes he plays pants. You know, he's not consistent enough. But because
When he's good, he's good.
yeah, when he's good, when he's on form, he's better than both of those. Better technically, you know, with the ball.
Ellie, do you want to see how your face looked when you froze earlier? We didn't leave you on the screen for long.
No.
But here is how you froze, just in case.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
We were loving it.
We took it down quick. I was like, let me get a quick snip of this. Yeah.
That is so funny.
In the hype says battered sausage down the massage parlor.
I had to get an Uber home because my royal chauffeur was otherwise occupied.
You've got Meta Football saying
My
Kulu
husband is my royal husband.
Kulu is cack, which is Greek for extremely left-footed or one-trick pony. Daniel Lee saying Martinelli is a kick and run merchant. He would be so predictable to play against. Has a right back. He just uses his pace. Paulio says Arsenal get battered down the chip shop.
Yes.
And then you've got
funny,
Sunil
though.
saying vape. Sahil saying vape. Sahil, you asked a question earlier. Sorry, Sahil asked a question earlier, Colin. We didn't answer it. He just said, were we pleased that Chelsea got battered yesterday? Didn't bother me, to be honest. I'm not bothered at all whether Chelsea get battered or not. Didn't bother me at all.
No, I didn't mind it. I sure didn't mind it. I'll just put it that way. Anytime the other London clubs struggle, I get a little bit of like enjoyment out of it. I've given up on my Pochettino hate. I no longer hate that man like I did at first. I just kind of feel bad for him now. You know what I mean? It's just kind of sad. But yeah, Pochettino would be the only reason I would, you know, I don't know. Right when he first went to Chelsea, I was pissed off, but I get it. People got to work. So yeah, honestly, it didn't bother me much either. If anything, it just scared me that Arsenal were so good. But I'm hoping that Arsenal come in with like this false sense of security on Sunday, thinking, oh hey, you know, we just turned Chelsea over. This is going to be an easy one, and then we take them to the cleaners.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's just my idea. It did scare me though that Arsenal are looking so good. I will say that they're.
Yeah.
Oh, grow a pair, will you? For fuck's sake. Shit.
You know what? Is this the Arsenal Appreciation Society?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go and stick my fingers down my throat in a minute.
Yeah, they're Woolwich
Seriously.
anyway. They should go back to Woolwich, the South London slackers.
The flip flop. He was flip flopping earlier, and now he's gone back to what he was like last night.
I'm a bit nervous.
You
They're
said
on form.
But you said to me earlier that I'd
Why are
calmed
you
you right down.
nervous?
You had.
Don't be nervous.
They're just on form, and if it's that match where
What's the worst that can happen, Colin? We can lose.
yeah.
If we lose,
And then the fan base goes
change it.
absolutely nuts, and they all just lose their minds, and it's all this stuff about Postecoglou can't change his tactics, and
don't
blah,
worry
blah,
about
blah.
the aftermath. The aftermath is always
Yeah.
yucky and messy. Just
And why am I worried about that now?
And come to my house for some macaroni al forno.
There you go. That would make everything better.
And also, I'm going to try and get a little, depending on how many people come back to my home, I hope we've won because then the party will be rocking.
Yes,
The whole
absolutely.
neighbourhood's going to move out with Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. Imagine my house is going to be rocking.
Sounds awesome. No, it
Who
sounds
you
blessed.
invi-
You
who
can
you
jump on the
invited?
train.
Who you invited so far?
So far, Kate and Jim, Leo, Ben, but I don't know whether he's coming. It depends on his girlfriend. I think his girlfriend can't come. Phil P and his dad and maybe his son. Nick. I can't remember. There's too many. Lee Smithy Smith. There's too many to remember. Maybe Adrian Stroker, Alex Box Office. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. It's
I
YouTube
know,
reunited,
maybe
isn't it?
Butler, if I can collar him.
Sounds
YouTube
fun.
reunited. Is Dave, the Irish Hotspur, going?
Dave, the Irish Hotspur, is coming, but I think he might come to my house before, and then we all go by car in Nick's car. But he said he's going to try and make it because he wants some souvlaki.
Yeah,
Because I want to do souvlaki on the barbecue.
I said to Dave that I'd help him out on Sunday. If he was going to the match, I'll end up helping him out on Sunday.
What, he can stay with you, you mean?
No, doing the pump up for him on the Irish Hotspur because he won't be
Oh,
around.
right. Oh,
So I
yeah,
said to him I'd help out on that whilst if he's
Well,
away.
he's
and then he's
welcome to
not.
stay with me because I've got a spare bedroom.
Yeah.
So if he didn't want to catch a flight back straight away, he can stay at my house and I'll cook him a lovely English breakfast, or I'll put a little bit of Irish twist in it. Just
There
put
you
a
go.
few, you know how you do an Irish breakfast? You put a clover on top of it.
There you go.
I was going to
I
say,
like
you
that.
just pour a bit of Guinness in it and I'll delete it like soup.
Yeah. Anyway, besides the point, it's going to be a nice party. Whoever comes back, be it 10 people, 20 people, it's going to be a nice party. And I just hope we've won because then it'll be a better mood. If we've drawn, it's going to be meh, isn't it?
Meh.
Nah.
'Cause you neither won or lost.
And guys, speaking of meh, I got to go to work. It's pretty soon,
Yeah,
within the
you
next
gotta
few
go work.
minutes.
Right.
But Jose, mop up tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, why not?
That's really good, Jose, because it's really giving you a good platform now. Because he did it for Jacob, and Jacob took off. So hopefully it will work for you as well. Because you're a lovely man, you know your ball. You've got Colin who knows his ball as well. This station is growing, and it's growing in a positive way. So I'm really happy for you that Dave's given you that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I had a chat with him last week. I had a chat with him when he was on your show because you had to shoot off, didn't you?
Yeah, it was such a good show. That show.
I was thanking him at the back end and that, and then we had a chat, and he said that he really wants to go to the game, and so I had a chat with him and said, look, if you're going to go to the game, you still got to do your pump up because he won't be able to do it. So I said to him, I'll jump in and help out if you want. So I'll see whether he wants me to or not. If he does, he'll let me know. So
yeah, don't worry, I'll
Right.
have a little Irish word in his ear.
Ryan G wants to know if he goes to Tottenham
To
away.
be sure. Let Halsey host. To be sure.
Ellie's the accent queen. But yeah,
Always do
Ryan
that to
G.
Dave when I
Ryan-
phone him up.
Ryan G saying, if I go to Tottenham away next season, do you fancy making me dinner, Ellie?
Yeah, of course I will, Ryan.
And you know what? Before you even spoke, look at that. The next comment.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I love it.
Danny knew what you was going to say straight away. Else.
Yeah, a 3-course meal at my house, or sometimes it's even a 5-course meal, and it can even stretch to a 10-course meal.
That's the more Greek it gets, the more courses that
Yeah.
you acquire. I
Just
think.
make sure you guys stay off the Uzo.
Yeah, just put it all this way. Just wear a loose pair of trousers.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. Good thinking.
You know, the ones that you wore when you were fatter.
Exactly. No, except none of mine are like that. I'm getting bigger instead of smaller, but it's okay. You've
got a small frame though, Collins. You're
Yeah.
not a fat
Yeah.
man.
Thank
You look quite slim to me. How tall are you?
I am 5'10".
Okay.
Maybe a little taller, but
Ericsson's
not quite 6 foot.
My brother said if Kulusevski and Ericsson had a baby, you'll be the product.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll take that.
It'll
I
take
did
that.
after he said that. I had to tell you, Colin, live on air.
Yeah,
So
that's
everybody
pretty.
can
That's
hear.
pretty good. No, I
Ericsson Krustevsky had a baby, you'd be the product.
if only
That
I
is
could play
so
football.
funny.
If only I had their combined footballing
He
skills.
likes you too, my brother. He said you're cool dudes.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you very much to your
seems
brother.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my brother Bubble. We call him Boo, but his real name's Balaskevas.
Baliskevas.
Balaskevas, which means Friday in Greek. Balaskevir. It means Friday. So he's
Interesting.
Man Friday. Yeah, he's a lovely
Man
boy.
Friday.
And he was born in the year that we did the double. Yeah,
Oh, sad.
yeah. When he was born, we did the double. So he's very good luck to the Spurs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll need something from him next season. We're gonna need it next season.
Yeah.
When we're in the Champions League after we crush Arsenal on Sunday
Come on,
and
who's
win
crushing
all our
the
remaining
Arsenal?
games and we finish the season in 4th place.
Do you know what's lovely when we beat Arsenal in the concourse? It's really brilliant because it's like Arsenal get battered everywhere they go, and they're like banging and banging and banging. Then the drummer comes in, then the what's it called? The trumpeter comes in. Da, 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 da. It's so magical, and everybody is so happy. And
It sounds awesome.
I've never seen so many men take their shirts off.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, and then this is gonna be a later conversation too, but the match that I'm going to be there for sure is an away match. So I'm not going to that, but if we could get people together to watch the final match of the season, the
Burnley.
Sheffield.
Oh, Sheffield
Sheffield, I
United.
think. Yeah.
Away, Sheffield United. But our
Yeah.
last match at home, I believe, is Burnley, isn't it still? It's
Yeah,
not
I think.
Manchester City.
Oh, is it not?
Or is it
No,
Manchester
no.
City?
That's the midweek game, the City game. The last game of the season is still Burnley.
It's still Burnley, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then we've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
Sheffield United away.
Yeah, Sheffield United is the week before. Then we play Man City in the midweek. That's the rearranged fixture, and then we finish off with Burnley.
If Arsenal lose all their 4 games, I think they've got 4 left, haven't they?
Yeah, they got 4.
Yeah. And we've got 6, yeah?
Yeah.
So if we win all our 6, we get 18 points, and
Yeah.
they lose all of theirs,
Yeah.
we finish above them.
Hey, wait. Why do I see that? It says that we play Newcastle on the 22nd. Is
No,
that a real
no.
thing?
We
Okay.
played Newcastle.
Yeah,
We've
you
got
must be looking
butters.
at 2019 or something, Colin.
No, I'm really not. So I see that we play on the 14th. It says at 2 we play City. Then it says on the 19th that we play Sheffield United away. And then it looks like it says TBD. So maybe I don't know what this match even is supposed to be.
Details, yeah.
Yeah, weird though. Stadium. Oh, it's just a friendly. Okay, never mind.
That's right,
Last
though,
game.
isn't it?
The last game of the season is the 19th. We're away to Sheffield United.
Yep. And then
Right.
after that, it looks
And
like
the week
there's-
before that, the week before that, on Saturday the 11th, we're at home to Burnley.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the rearranged game is on Tuesday the 14th. It's Tottenham versus Man City. So the 2 home games
Yeah.
are the 11th and the 14th, and we finish away to Sheffield United on the 19th.
Boom. Well, guys, we're gonna have to get some kind of a watch party going for that Sheffield United
Yeah.
match because I'll be there with bells on.
Yeah,
I can't
if
wait.
Tottenham won all 6 games,
And
Arsenal
then
lost all
Arsenal
4.
lost. We'll finish above them.
Tottenham would finish above Arsenal by
Yeah,
1
come
point.
on, Spurs. Come on. Any team that's playing Arsenal from now on to the end of the season, come on. Do it. Make it
yeah.
happen.
I'll cheer hard. I'll get right behind them for sure.
So tonight, I hope everyone does well in their predictions. You've got Wolves, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Everton, Liverpool, Man United, Sheffield United, and then
My
tomorrow
team-
we finish off with Brighton, Man City.
We only,
Friday.
have to win 5 of the 6 games because we're 13 points behind them, I believe.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah, we're
No,
13
we're only
points behind them.
we're 17 points behind Arsenal.
Oh, we're 17 points behind
Yeah,
them.
6 games
Oh,
means we'll
okay.
win the league
Oh,
by
so
a
we have
point if
to
they
win
lost
all
every
our
game.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's still possible. We can only hope.
We can only hope. Absolutely. But guys, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to run.
Yeah, with that being
Yeah.
said, we're going to close out the show. Tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow? Anyone on tomorrow or not on tomorrow?
What is it tomorrow? Thursday.
Thursday.
I'm going to do my. Hopefully, if I can speak to you, Colin, I'll just chat to you by
Yeah.
voice message about doing my ladies' show because I've got some more videos that
Okay.
I didn't give to Kate because they're just videos of me going to the match and videos of me outside the ground, and I didn't say any channel.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll get those in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can get those on, but the ones I said the channel, we can't really put on LTL Cockerel because it's a bit silly. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get that sorted out. So you'll have the premiere tomorrow with some stuff from that match. And then
Yeah.
what do you reckon, Jose? 10 o'clock tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're on at 4 o'clock.
That's what I meant. 10 my time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we're on at 4 o'clock again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll give an update of where we are after tonight's games, with only one game left to go because tomorrow's the Brighton Man City game. So
Oh,
I'll give an
yeah,
update on how many points
predictions.
people have got.
Yeah.
There's no point giving an update on where we were on Monday because yesterday was only one game. So the people, if you backed Arsenal, no one got the correct score. So if you backed Arsenal, you know you've got one more point than what you had when you last asked me. But
Right.
tonight there's 4 games up for grabs. And then, yeah, I'll do a mop-up tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. So get your questions
Oh, that'd
ready
be good.
for the
Yeah.
mop-up tomorrow night.
They're all going to be rude, aren't they, Jose?
I don't know. If you come into it, they might be rude, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the men, they always say who they fancy, isn't it?
Well, so do the women. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do sometimes, but I
yeah.
sometimes remember that I'm married.
Yeah. Only sometimes, though.
Yeah, you
Right.
know, got the ring on, you know.
Yeah. And then on Friday, it'll be Ellie and guests on Friday
Yes.
morning at 11 o'clock on
It's
LTL.
gonna be Kuva confirmed, and it depends on if Kate and Jim have got internet, whether they're going to join me.
Yeah.
But Chang's going to join me, and then I'll invite one more if Kate and Jim can't make it.
So she's having a party on my channel on Friday. Put it that way. Just see.
Yeah.
She's having a party on
I
the
like
channel on Friday.
Kuva. He's funny. He's very intelligent.
And then at 4 o'clock, we will have the predictions, which is going to be, well, I'm saying 4 o'clock. I'm going to speak to Colin before then to see whether we clash with anyone. And if we don't clash with anyone, we might even have to start at 3:30 because we've got to give all the results out for this week and the table and then do the fixtures for next week. So
Yeah,
uh,
we've
it'll
got
be-
quite a bit.
it'll be quite full on. So watch out for Friday. Friday's show may move by half an hour. Worst case scenario, it starts at 4 o'clock. If it gets moved, it'll be 3:30. But yeah,
Sounds great.
that's about it. So listen,
Sounds
thank
good.
you everyone in the chat for commenting and joining us today and getting involved like you always do. You're absolutely magical. Thank you, Ellie,
Thank you, Jose Garcia.
for sharing
Senor Garcia.
sharing the screen time with us, sharing your legs with us, and sharing your fish and chips.
Oh my God! At least my legs feel like legs now.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good. Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. And to my big time co-host, Colin, thank you very much for all you do. You're a good man. And with that, listen, we'll see you all tomorrow at some stage, whether you're catching Ellie, or you're catching us, or you're catching the mop-up show. We'll see you sometime tomorrow. And it's, for me, it's come on you Spurs, and in Ange we trust.
Yes, we do.
Same. Big same.
Big
And
time.
but hold on. So can we play him out with the song?
Yeah, if you've got it. I didn't realize you had it.
Man.
I just have. I don't have the same. It's not as good as it used to be, but I do have. Here we go.
It's good.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.